I was like, what the hell? Like, I got this notification from Xbox saying Brimstone is live. I'm like,
fuck it, we're doing it live. We're live. We are live.
Xbox is gonna ban us all.
Yo, Xbox is gonna be like, yo, you guys are cussing too much.
Yeah.
Here's the ban hammer. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I actually did that a couple weeks ago. I went live on Brimstone's YouTube channel instead of my Mixer channel.
This asshole. But anyways, we're not going to be talking about just anything. Hey, what's up, Cyrus? We have quite a surprise for everybody. We have a returning guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, guys? Mr. YouTube Gamer. I don't know if you remember the last time I was here, but it was pretty interesting.
to say the least.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a nice one this time, I believe, because like I was just telling him, we are under different grounds, different situations. This shouldn't
lies.
be. This shouldn't
never
be
nice around here.
Did
Bunch
he
of
say
garbage
it was interesting?
humans.
It was kind of like when a dolphin like rapes someone at fucking SeaWorld. It wasn't, you know.
So
I have a question for you guys, actually.
What up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
So I noticed, I've been watching a few of your podcasts. I noticed that Rags isn't part of your show anymore.
Oh,
Is he like too famous for you guys now or something?
Something like that.
Not really sure why. There was never really a definite reason as to why.
I should have guessed he was gonna like start this one off with that one. I didn't even think about that actually.
No, I was legitimately curious.
Well,
it was not an
have
insult against him.
I have the most legitimate answer. See, what happened was he was afraid of Rambo's gamer score. So
I see in Padawan, yes. The force was much stronger with Rambo.
Yes.
Kind of. That's usually how this works.
Instead of bullets, I use achievement points.
No, they're called Rambos, and you get Rambo points.
Yes, they're called Rambos. Yeah, now.
Every point gets you another bullet on the belt for your M60.
Hey,
right.
don't worry, guys. And since he's you know kind of handicapped, you also get a handicap. It's called a bell curve. So we round up here. You know what I mean? That's funny. But anyways, no. Honestly, I don't know why he left, man. He just kept kind of like not showing up, and then of course, it just got to a point where I hit him up, and then it was just all downhill from there. So I was like, all right, whatever. You know, you do your thing. It's all good.
Yeah.
But anyways, how you been, man? How you been, NoobTube? Anything good? You been still doing your channel?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been making videos, different videos than the ones I made before. People seem to be liking them, so
that's a good thing.
Channel's doing well. Yeah.
I hear you're getting into PC gaming, or going to.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's right. Join the master race.
But the thing, if I ever do get into PC gaming, I'm not going to be a dickhead about it like other people are.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like Peter.
Exactly. Hey, they don't call me Edgelord for nothing.
Fucking edgelord, creepazoid, motherfucker.
Why you gotta go that far, Bram?
That's what your mom said. Oh! No, man, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Have you figured out if you're gonna go with Ryzen or AMD, or are you gonna go Nvidia and Intel combo?
Probably Nvidia, because I heard a lot of bad things about AMD.
Yeah.
So.
But Vega looks so good. It looks so good. I can't wait.
Are you gonna build your own NoobTube, or are you gonna go with a pre-build?
Probably gonna build my own. Try it out.
Yeah, man. That
see how it
good.
goes.
Hell yeah.
Probably not gonna turn out too well, but it'll be an experience.
Yeah.
I hear that. Gotta make sure they can't hear this.
Oh, but it'll be an experience.
Yeah.
Oh, they can hear.
Yeah, no,
Fuck.
people always told me that building a PC, oh, it's just like doing Legos, except it's, building it. Well, I was shitty at doing Legos when I was a kid, so I'm a bit nervous about that.
like,
even simpler than Legos though, because I mean I get it, I understand, I really do, because when I see people say that like, oh, building a PC is hard and blah blah blah, and the reasons they give, I understand, because yeah, you can get pieces that are really delicate, and every once in a while they don't want to line up or plug in, you know, and it takes, you're never quite sure how much force you can push with that RAM chip or whatever to get it to socket or something like that. But once you've done it once, it really is one of the simplest things you could probably ever do, because yeah, things don't fit anywhere other than where they're supposed to fit, and they don't plug in anywhere they're not supposed to plug in, and yeah.
He's like, yeah, I wasn't any good at Legos when I built towers. It looked like a 9/11 crime scene.
wow.
Yeah, I don't think I ever like completed my own Lego set on my own. I was never able to do it.
It's been 16 years. If you guys can't laugh now, fuck you.
That was harsh, man. That was low. No, I'm just kidding. That was pretty funny.
That was savage.
That was pretty fucking good.
Randy here, Savage Department speaking.
Well, when they tell you to like keep pressing until you hear a click, they're talking about the actual appropriate click and not the snap click.
Yeah, don't not the snap of the board. The click of the little plastic connector.
There is a difference. Just to be sure.
Speaking of 9/11, did you guys see that VR game that was based off 9/11?
They actually had a game.
But I want to buy it.
9/11 VR game.
Well, it's been around for like a year or two, but it's basically a VR game. When I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be really fucked up, like you're fucking hijacking the plane and crashing into the tower.
That would be kind of fun.
It's actually you being in the North Tower when the planes hit, and then you get to see someone like jump off the window and shit. You don't get to do anything.
Your only two options is just sit there and watch it or jump off? Like, what the fuck?
It's like,
well, I mean, are you surprised most VR games are shit? So.
Do I get hit with the plane or do I just jump out the window? Come on.
At least if you were the hijackers, you'd have something to do.
Now, wait a minute. Yeah. VR games are actually pretty damn legit, man.
Some of them.
Like, games like that, though, like that game right there, like, people have said that, like, PlayStation has, like, the definitive, version of the VR because they actually have a lot of AAA quality games on there. Whereas, like, the PC has a bunch of, like, shovelware for VR right now. So I'm hoping that PC actually starts picking up, because that's really where the platform can take off. But I'm hoping that they start picking up with developers. Legit.
The only good VR game I heard was, I think it was a Resident Evil 7 on VR. I heard that was pretty good. But other than that, it's mostly just shovelware crap like the Wii got, you know?
Oh, no.
Most of the Wii games were shit.
Oh, no. Farpoint, you have...
Fallout?
Until Dawn.
Did you say Until Blonde? I was gonna say, is that supposed to be like the porn counterpart there, Rambo?
Right. He did say blonde, right?
You keep going until you get to the blonde girl. You run through like a bunch of redheads and brunettes.
When I said blonde, I had just read where now they're saying that blonde is a sign of racism.
Oh, you have to fuck your way to the blonde. Sometimes you're gonna start with a redhead, shitty brunette, you know.
No, blonde people are crazy. Like, I vowed to stay away from fucking blondes. Like, I was married twice.
Oh, come on, sir.
Blonde.
Redheads got blondes beat.
Oh, no. Redheads probably sane, like, compared to blonde people. Blonde women are fucking crazy. Like, one pushed me through a plate glass window butt-ass naked.
I think this is more of a something on the women that you choose rather than the actual hair color of them.
They all, I mean, I put the common denominator on their hair color. Both of their hair colors were blonde, so therefore blonde people are bad.
Rambo's the closest thing to like Gene Simmons we will ever meet, so he's been with enough women to just classify them by their hair color.
Yeah, it's like brunettes seem to be like the same group.
But to be fair, Shane, I mean, old folks' homes, really, bro? I mean, really a challenge? I mean, gum jobs, really, Rambo? That's what you've gone to in life? You're like, girl, I got crack cocaine and yo dentures. Let's go!
I'll hook you up with your medicine baby. 2 hours early before you're supposed to get it.
Cyrus, Cyrus, it's definitely brunettes being objectively superior.
Oh, redheads, sir. Don't even start this.
Yo,
Redheads
it
is
all about the fire crotch niggas.
Redheads are borderline blondes. I mean, they're crazy enough.
That's what they're the best kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah,
yo, Rambo, they call it fire crotch for a reason.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, they do.
Careful, NoobTube, because what Peter's not telling you is he kind of fancies boys, and you're redhead. So careful.
Wait, what? I thought he was blonde. NoobTube, I thought you were
Why are you
blonde.
always going towards gay shit, Shaner? And you got
Do
a
you
gay
need to see the hog and dog picture again,
You
Peter?
know what? I don't even... I'm just going to start assuming, because...
I think you should see an eye doctor, because my hair's not even close to red.
It is red.
This is Shane's way of coming out.
Right?
Why does
that
always get turned around on me? That's what I want to know.
It's like most dicks, sir.
This is what season 2 will be from the Game Talk podcast, like the coming out, episodes.
How gay is Shane?
Dude, Shane can be pretty gay. Shane's taken a dick or two already. Right, Shane?
Excuse me?
As gay as the night is long.
Notice how his voice got all high-pitched when I said that shit? Yo, puberty strikes twice?
Apparently.
Alright, so on to some topics. So let's just get the big one out of the way. And since NoobTube's a special guest here, NoobTube, what do you think about Virginia? What's your opinion on that topic?
Oh, we're doing politics. Great. So the whole Virginia thing. Yeah, no, I made a video about it on my political channel, and I was just talking about like how it's just stupid. Like people are acting like it's just one side. Oh, it's just like racists and neo-Nazis, but they don't forget that like the other side, did like people are just fucking stupid. Honestly, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, somebody
talking
posted
about what happened in Virginia, not the state in general. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like people were overreacting too much when Trump was saying, "Oh, we need to, talk about the, the extremism on both sides," and we're like, "Oh, he's supporting the alt-right and national and white nationalism and
I
white
saw that
like,
shit
shut
too.
the fuck up."
Yeah, I saw that stupid shit too. I have my friend. I got a lot of friends that are anti-Trump, and they were hanging on to that shit. They're like, "Oh, he didn't denounce the alt-right." I'm like, motherfuckers, he denounced both sides equally. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
he didn't denounce them hard enough.
Okay, so instead of saying I don't like racism, I have to say I don't like black and white racism. Like, I have to be specific now. Like, fuck you.
Well, it's funny. The same people who are condemning Trump for not denouncing him, even though he did, and blaming him for this happening, are the same people who never in a million years would have blamed Obama for Black Lives Matter, like burning cities to the ground, or Antifa attacking, never once did anybody blame Obama for any of the shit that happened while he was president. But now that Trump is president, these alt-rights, they're his fault, and it was his rhetoric that stoked them, and blah, 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 blah. Come on, dude, shut up.
Yeah, that's the thing that really pissed me off about how people reacted. So this protest actually started like from a legitimate thing. People were upset that they were taking down a Robert E. Lee statue.
History.
And there's legitimate, there's legitimate concern to that. And yes, like there were some shitheads, like there were a shit ton of Nazis and KKK people that were there, but it wasn't all of them. But then when there's a lot of people that burn down and loot buildings, from Black Lives Matter, it's just a peaceful protest. But then when it's the fucking alt-right, they're terrible.
Racist bigots.
Everyone that protested. It's just fucking hypocritical.
Well, somebody tweeted, a black guy tweeted on Twitter. I know it's kind of crazy that he tweeted on Twitter, but...
I know. Wow.
But he said the globalists, meaning the left, has put fake Nazis in your face, and now you've all ran to communism. Because they all run around with the communist flag.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I'll be the translator for Rambo this episode. That was fucking racist, sir. It's a person of color.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah, you fucking commie Jew.
And don't misgender him.
Oh no, I had this black guy tweet that said,
"Person of color, Rambo."
You can't be anti-Nazi and anti-Nazi and pro-Israel. You can't be those two things.
What?
No, that's
and I'm
pretty
like,
hard.
I'm like going, wait a minute. Okay, now I remember, like I could have got it wrong, because I mean school was a long time ago for me, but I really do recall that we were being told that like the Nazis like hated Jews. But now all of a sudden,
I'm no expert, but that's what it seemed like to me. I mean,
yeah,
Hitler did kill a whole lot of them. Just saying.
I don't. And then all of a sudden now, like you have, if you're pro-Nazi, you're pro-Israel, or if you're pro-Israel, you're pro-Nazi.
Rambo, Israel is a Zionist state who's bent on world domination. Don't you know?
Oh my God. That's the one thing that turned me away from the alt-right is how like they have no logic with oh, the Jews did this and the Jews did that. Like it's just ridiculous.
Somebody somebody shit, like y'all threw me off now, like the whole, because the shit, like I'm so like this has been a shitstorm for like all this time to come. Like somebody told me that Trump is fascist.
Oh Jesus!
I'm like,
again?
I said, yes, but I was like, you got to understand, you can't just throw out these baseless claims, because if Trump was fascist, CNN, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, none of those would exist.
Bro.
That's like goes completely against fascism. Like that's like what he's trying to be. Well, how?
Did you see all these talk show hosts talk about Trump and how he's standing up, like he's not standing up against, like they were attacking him, Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon, all those other dickheads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
Jimmy Fallon.
Fascism
he said something stupid.
Fascism
he was like,
allow that.
Yeah, no, Jimmy Fallon at this point, he was like, at this point, I'd be safer if Cersei Lannister was president than Donald Trump. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, if you watch Game of Thrones, like, do you not realize how fucking stupid that is?
No, there was
like,
actually somebody, there was a news person that said that Kim Jong-un is actually a better president than Donald Trump.
Jesus.
Yeah, I remember that.
A journalist.
Well, you had a poll that said it was Kim Jong-un and one other guy that fucking killed a lot of people.
Yeah, Pol Pot and Mao and Stalin, whatever, and
well, shit. Trudeau was praising Castro and shit. What do you expect?
Yeah.
It's like
Man,
exactly.
It's gotten so bad, like where people either don't understand or they make like rash decisions, like in the heat of the moment. Like my neighbor is a person of color. See how I did that, Rambo? Person of color. And I'm friends with him on Facebook, and anyone that brings Trump up to him, he unfriends and blocks.
Wow.
Like he is just
good riddance, I say.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I just fucking leave him alone. I mean, I live next to him, so I'm not gonna start shit with him.
Oh, he doesn't like Trump?
Oh, dude, he fucking hates him. Like, he didn't have a problem with him when I first moved in, but since I've been here, there's a lot Trump has done and a lot's happened, and he calls him President Dump now, and
so clever.
Yeah, I know, right? And anyone, especially after the Virginia thing, anyone that brings Trump up to him, he just walks away from, he ignores. If you bring him up online, he blocks you and unfriends you, that kind of thing.
Wow.
Here's what gets me, right? So, was it in Virginia that the Charger ran into the protests? Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah.
And here's the silly part about all this shit, right? So this whole thing happened with the Charger. And right now, I mean, of course, everybody that's saying something on this is, oh my God, it was some racist who just wanted to mow into people. And so now all we've got is these two sides who are arguing between each other over how racist this guy was and whether or not he was trying to kill people and this, that, and the other. Nope, we're never going to get to the bottom of it, ever. Because nobody's going to let anytime if somebody defends him, it's just going to be, oh, you're just a Nazi sympathizer, and you know. and from all, like, I've heard a lot of things, like the tail light of this guy's car was smashed, and like somebody was taking a baseball bat to his car and stuff. Like, we have no freaking clue, right? We have no idea. You know, the video doesn't really show much, and it certainly doesn't show any of the events preceding what, you know, the actual incident and stuff like that. We have no fucking, we're never going to learn now. And people are just going to use this and be screaming about it for 6 months, even though nobody really knows anything about what really happened. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, somebody told me today that... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, you need to understand that there's a reason why people keep talking about this shit. All these, like, bullshit civil rights leaders and all this shit. You do realize that if they admit that pretty much, like, institutionalized racism doesn't exist, and they don't have a fucking job, so they got to keep pushing this bullshit narrative, like, you know, Al Sharpton and all these other fucking people. Yeah. If racism didn't exist, then they'd have no reason to, you know, be rich, pretty much, because that's where they make their money.
Yeah, Al Sharpton would have to pay back his back taxes.
Yeah. I had a guy tell me today that communism is wonderful. That communism is the greatest thing because greatest system that ever was created.
All right, move to Cuba. Move to Cuba.
He said the problem with communism is there's just always some bad dictator. And I'm like going, do you not quite understand how this works? Like that, like, come on, man. That just, these people are just stupid. Like, it's
I blame the educational system. That's
I got you know, that the whole statue thing. Like, I wouldn't have a problem. It's not really that I have a problem with them like removing the statue and putting it in a museum or whatever. But the thing is, it's not going to stop with that, because they are actually trying to get. There's actually an article been written that they have a petition to get the name Washington D.C. changed to actually remove Theodore Roosevelt's statue from a museum.
They want to take the faces off of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, you give them an inch, and they're going to take a mile. And like all these people celebrating them, like saying like these people are right. Do they not realize that once they get these statues done with and whatever, they're coming for them next? Like the idols that they like Martin Luther King, like the Hollywood elites, they're coming for them too. Like, it's just a matter of time. These people aren't out there just for the good old boys of America. They're out there to actually turn America into a communist state.
Well, someone vandalized the Lincoln Memorial. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh yeah, I saw pictures.
That's horrible. I mean,
well, here's the thing. It's okay, so you want to erase history. You want to take all these Confederate generals and basically anybody who's ever owned a slave, or kind of owned a slave, or fought on the side of the South, or I mean, if it can at all be connected to slavery or anything that's even close, you want to take it all away. Okay, but then slavery didn't happen. You've just erased slavery from the history. None of these Confederate
freedom.
generals.
Why would you deface his memorial?
There was something I saw that was really stupid. There was like a post about, so you guys want to keep the statue of Robert E. Lee, but look at what Germany does. They don't have any statues of Hitler. Well, in Germany, they fucking arrest anybody who says anything like, you know, about Hitler, or like, you know, even in a joking matter. Like, they fucking arrest people. Like, is that really the type of country you want to live in?
Not really, no.
No,
because
worse
than that too, because no Nazi imagery is a lot like in what was it, Wolfenstein, the new Wolfenstein, when they released it in Germany, there were no Nazi flags or symbols in it because it's illegal to display a swastika in Germany. Yeah, and it's like what you think that's going to stop people from becoming Nazis because they can't use the swastika? Like, or are you retarded? Is it really the symbol that makes people, you know, is it this hammer and sickle that causes people to become communist? If you just ban the hammer and sickle, all the communists.
I honestly think, like, if if you suppress people, it gives them more fuel. Like, if anything, you're making extremism
right.
more possible.
Well, what will end up happening is you'll take people that are moderate people that are either white or black or whatever side you're on, and you will force them into the ideology of the one other thing you're trying. They're basically, you'll take most of the moderate white people and force them into like the quote unquote white nationalist thing, and the black people, into the BLM that want to believe in that crap and the Antifa. Because what you're doing is like you're setting up a polarizing effect, and you're lumping every white person in with one side, every black person in with the other side, or every liberal in with the other side, every conservative in with one side, and you're going to push them into where there's going to be a definite, instead of a civil war, it'll be a race war.
But isn't that what they're doing on purpose, though? Think about it.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they're doing on purpose?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're creating racists just so they can have a war, dude.
Yeah, it's not. He wasn't. The Google memo, there wasn't anything racist or sexist or any. I mean, literally, it was all facts and studies and evidence and a few suggestions and opinions. He got fired. If you search American inventors, it's nothing but black dudes. I hate to say this, but when the alt-right or neo-Nazis or whoever, when they say, there are people who want to genocide us, they're not wrong. I mean, there are literally professors who will put out on Twitter, all I want for Christmas is a white genocide. And he doesn't get fired. He doesn't even get, protested or anything. So when you allow that sort of thing, you are proving them right, even if it's only in their own mind, regardless of whether or not it's actually true within the the world. In their mind, they're correct. You are trying to genocide them. You are trying to eliminate. You're celebrating eliminating them. So what choice do they have but banding together and pushing against it on their own side? What you're creating this shit.
Well, what I don't
go on Twitter right now, make a post, tweet hashtag kill all white people. Nothing will happen to your account. Hashtag kill all black people. Your account will be gone in an hour.
Oh no, I got Twitter suspended today. I got put in timeout for 12 hours because Chris Cuomo, I know y'all know him. He tweeted out basically saying that Antifa is the equivalent of the U.S. soldiers storming the beaches of Normandy fighting the Nazis.
Jesus.
And I quoted him and said that you're a disgraceful human being and a disgraceful American to denigrate the memories of the World War II soldiers to the Antifa thugs that are out there running the streets today. And apparently he reported me because I got,
of course,
Twitter communication banned or whatever, suspended for 12 hours. But yes, you're right. If you could do that exact hashtag, those two exact hashtags, then you would get two different results. And that's the thing is that I'm not for either side on that. But the thing is that if you create this thing to where you can say white people need to be killed white babies, white people should have abortions, white people this, white people that, white people this, and you allow these things to be spoken on your platform, but anybody speaks against that and you are banning them and you're shunning them and you're putting them away, it builds a narrative that leads to what happened in Charlottesville. It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what they don't understand is that, yeah, you might want to get rid of white people, but have you ever thought about the numbers game? Because there is a huge fucking disparity whenever it comes to numbers. Whenever you want to try to get rid of white people, it's going to be kind of hard.
And then they scratch their heads when they lose the white vote in the elections. Are you really surprised?
What was that comedian that said, to all the people of the world, we're sorry about Nazis, but just look at how quickly we can organize. So
probably Louis C.K.
Something like, yeah, I can't remember the name of the guy, but it was just fucking hilarious.
It's just, but I mean, that's the type of that's what they're creating, and I don't want that. I don't want that happening. My end result, my thought is we should allow a big platform announcement from the white nationalists on Twitter, Facebook, every little thing, Discord, but now Discord's banned them from Twitter. from Discord. But we shouldn't like let them say, okay, we are having a huge rally. All of us together, we're going to meet up in bumfuck Arkansas. This big, where nobody's around, nobody's at. We're meeting up there. We're protesting. We have tiki torches. We have everything. And then give it about like a month in advance, so that way Antifa can get all their guys together and go, you know what? We're going to fight. We're going to be there to counter protest. And then the police show up and just put barricades around the whole fucking thing and just go, y'all have at it.
Yep. Let them
y'all want the race war. Y'all just y'all go ahead. The winner walks out. The losers will clean up later.
Yo, like this whole thing actually showed the true colors in my neighborhood, like pretty big, in a big spectrum. Because on the local on the local Facebook group for my area, a lot of people were posting this video where it was 5 of these fucking Nazis beating down a kid. And they were praising that shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, get him, yeah, fucking little snowflake, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck? I'm like, if this was a white kid, I said, you guys would be fucking ready to kill these motherfuckers. Like, I'm like, I don't condone either side for what they do. I don't condone the left or the right. I think they both are equally to blame for what's going on today. I said, I don't. Yes, I said, it doesn't make any difference to me. Black, Mexican, fucking Asian. It doesn't matter. Purple, blue. Like, if that was anybody else, like, you guys would be fucking up in flames about it. Because I mean, I live around massive supporters of the Nazi movement. I didn't even know that. But these motherfuckers are on my local Facebook saying, yeah, beat his ass, or praising that shit. And I'm like, you guys are fucking gross, dude. Like, what's wrong with you people?
To be fair, though, Brim, those people, even before this, like, there's some nasty, bitter motherfuckers in that group.
I know, but still, like...
Yeah, but the world is pushing people back to that side. They're pushing people back to 1960? Yeah. They're pushing us back into that direction with the left and the right. Like I said, like these people are calling out the Nazis on Twitter, which is okay, fine, do it. But all that time before that, whenever like BLM and what's it called, and Antifa were throwing pipe bombs into the crowd and to Berkeley and stuff like that, where was your call out then? You were actually celebrating. The same Twitter accounts that are calling out the Nazis were actually celebrating that Milo Yiannopoulos was stopped from being talked that day.
Shit, they did it with Ben Shapiro.
So yes, yeah. So I mean, yeah. Whenever the president says there's trouble on both sides, guess what? There is trouble on both sides. It doesn't take away anything from the trouble of one side. It just says simply, look, we've got a problem that we've got to deal with, and we can't deal with it by just looking in one direction.
Yeah.
You have to look both ways when you cross the street.
Like I said last episode, we're not sick. Like we're going so backwards. We're not going to the back of a bus. We're going to the back of a search engine or an algorithm. That's the world we live in today.
And it's not. I mean, it's not. I of course, like I'm not going to be out there with any sort of white nationalist or whatever, but I can understand their fear by the way the narrative is being. I'm not saying that it's actually being done. I can understand their fear by what the narrative is being pushed in social media. They have a fear of what's
well, that's the thing. It almost doesn't matter if, like I said, it doesn't really matter if it's true or not, because that's what's being pushed in the mainstream
media. It's their reality.
All the Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google, all of it. They're all pushing this forward that this narrative is true. Well, regardless of whether it's true or not, you're making people think it's true. What do you think they're going to do?
Do you think that did black people sit back and whenever white people try to push them from existence, did black people just sit back and go, okay?
Oh, I guess.
They fought. They fought and they got their equal rights. Do you think that white people are going to sit back and just go, okay? No, it's not going to happen. Like their thought process is like, if we just keep saying this and keep doing this, it'll just happen.
It'll eventually be universally accepted because we just keep saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, if we keep putting up Hillary as the winner in the polls, Hillary will win.
You are going to create more and more white nationalist groups. You're going to create them in Oklahoma, in Nebraska, in all throughout the South. You're going to actually create them in the North as well, because people are not going to sit back and just allow you to try to act like they don't exist or that they're less than. And it's something exactly. There's going to be some people that are in that group that have hate in their heart. But there's going to be some people in that group that just have a fear in their heart. Like, there's some people that have joined the white nationalists that really aren't white nationalists, that they're actually just joined them because they actually have a fear, a general fear that they're next.
And that's the only group that is
accepting
calling that. Yeah, well, and not only that, but that is stating the problem as they see it.
Yeah, and so I mean, you're
we got people that are going into elementary schools and teaching kids that white privilege is a thing and that all white people are at least somewhat racist. And what the hell are people supposed to think when they see that kind of shit? And then
they're also teaching them gender identity and shit.
Sure, yeah. Nothing on the news is saying anything about it, and anything that is on the news is basically saying that all white people are racist and all men are sexist and this, that, and the other. What the hell do you think they're gonna do?
Whenever you, my son came home from today, and he was like, we were asking like what they've been talking about in school, and he's 16 in 10th grade, and he's like, no, we haven't been talking about anything that's been going on in the news. We're talking about like the Roman Empire. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, so are they relating that to today's time? He's like, not really. He said that they're saying that that's about when the Democrats and Republicans were formed.
Oh shit!
Wow.
And I'm like, maybe just like I don't know, a few years too early, but
maybe
that's just me.
I think you might be onto something, Rambo. I'm not sure, but maybe.
But they actually said that his teacher said that Caesar was actually a Democrat. I was like, well, that's something, because I would have pegged him like saying that Caesar was the Republican, and but they pegged him Caesar as a Democrat. I'm still wondering, like, going, how the heck?
No,
you must have got a conservative for a teacher, but you still got a fucking idiot. Like, regardless of what you got a fucking idiot, because there was no Democrats and Republicans back in the Roman Empire. There was no ideologies like that. Oh, these people, like, this is what they're being taught in school. Like, I had to like tell him about the Roman Empire and like what it actually entailed and stuff like that, rather than Democrats and Republicans. Like, what in the hell,
bro? Get your kid out of that school, man.
Right?
He said the teacher was 22 years old. I'm going,
oh my god, really?
Millennials are coming out and teaching our fucking children, and here we go. Our children are going to have a rewritten version of history.
Well, Rambo,
on behalf of my generation, I apologize.
I have to. Constantly combat like the school system every day with my kids, as far as like what actually happened. Let me.
He's like, so what did you learn today? Okay, this is what happened actually.
Yeah, this is exactly what I have to do.
As much as I want to blame millennials, it's really hard because they were really screwed up by a combination of things.
Well, we allowed it.
Yeah, I mean helicopter parenting and.
How dare you? How dare you, sir? The Brady Bunch was not helicopters.
They were attack helicopters. Don't you be a bigot.
Toaster or something.
Just because I knew that this was my rifle and this was my gun by the time I was 3, does not mean the TV babysat me. And by the age of 5, I knew what a Full Metal Jacket was, but it has nothing to do with bad parenting.
It's becoming more and more apparent that we as parents screwed up by allowing our kids to
go to public school.
Well, yeah, that too. But
the big mistake was allowing government to involve themselves in school.
Well, that's been going on for many generations.
But it's been getting progressively worse ever since probably like the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I mean, like I did talk to my kids at school before, like when we went in there for like parent orientation before the school year started, and I asked them, I said, "Are y'all teaching anything with alternative lifestyles, like trans crap and anything like that?" I said, because my kid won't be partaking in that, and I want to make sure that if you are, then you notify us. She's like, "Oh no, we won't discuss that. That belongs in alternative education."
That's what I like to hear.
So yes, I was like, thank God, at least.
I just saw an article about, or I watched a YouTube video on an article about some, I think it was feminist, but some social scientist who was observing and made a paper on how we should start preschoolers off with gender and sex education and shit like that.
Could you imagine those word problems like Jesse had one penis, then he became a female. How many penises does he have now?
Jesus Christ. Or you know what? You know that what was that? No, after that No Kid Left Behind thing, they passed that law thing where like if a kid could explain a math problem that didn't make sense, but if it made sense the way they explained it, even though the answer was wrong, it was right. You know what I mean?
Common Core, man.
Common Core.
Oh, yeah, Common
Core, man. That was
2 + 2 can equal 8.
So
that's to teach people how to be dumb.
It equaled goldfish, but that's just me.
So imagine that, but like with basic English and science and sex ed and PE. We're like, oh, so sex ed nowadays goes from putting a banana on a cucumber to inserting a cucumber into another penis.
It's called docking, sir.
Or I mean, another cucumber. Say.
Well,
docking.
Docking. Yeah.
Here's what we have to look forward to on the news in the year 2025. That's coming, guys. The news anchor is going to come on and say, in tonight's top story, a bi-gender, queer, gluten-free man who identifies as a woman and a free-range self-proclaimed feminist who was born a woman but identifies as a pansexual man, and the author of a book he raped me with his eyes and got away with it, has given birth to a healthy baby Zai, who they claim at 2 weeks old identifies as a lime green Crayola crown.
Stole a car today.
That's how.
What is this autism? Jesus Christ!
The gluten-free part was my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a fucking wheat. It's a diet fad.
It has become a diet fad. Like there's people actually that suffer from gluten. That I guess
it's called celiac. It's called celiac.
Yeah, but now it's become like a fucking diet fad. Like,
oh yeah, everything's gluten-free.
You're cool if you're gluten-free.
And might I point out that they are appropriating celiac culture.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
Yeah, you could still eat Oreos because they're like soy or something like that. So I'm good.
Cyrus, where he is actually, the wall is being built. Like he's already got the bill in front of the Congress, I think, for the money. So once that gets passed, I guess the wall's going to be erected.
Did you guys see the article that was passed that came out shortly after Donald Trump was talking about getting the money for the wall, and like a few of the financial analysts from the government were like, "Oh, by the way, we found all this money over here." I was like,
sorry about that.
I was like, what? Like, according to you motherfuckers, we couldn't even afford to pay our debts back, and now all of a sudden we got this surplus in millions just laying around somewhere? Like, what
they
the
found
fuck?
it in their couch in the Congress.
Oh, we got a few million just chilling in my fucking sofa, guys. Not a big deal. We're gonna get that wall up in no time.
We dropped this.
Well, I think that we could actually save a shitload of money. Screw the wall. We just take all of the old landmines that we did not use in the past wars and just load them up on the border.
Wouldn't it be cheaper just to like implant like a shock collar chip in all the Mexicans? I mean,
damn, this is some fucking New York City or whatever the. What's that movie called where he plays what was it? Oh my God! He shuts the whole city down. He escapes prison. He goes into the city, and like he literally shuts down the whole thing. And he has a collar on, and he has to get shit done before the collar explodes.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, yes,
okay.
Yes, I've seen that movie.
That's what I was thinking of when you said that when Shane said that shit with the shot collars. Like, damn.
Or we could move the Marines sniper training grounds to the south.
I like that idea.
Well, you'd have
Moving
to
targets.
come up with a point system for when they hit a Mexican. I mean,
Oh wow! Dude,
And somebody said, well, you do know that you'd be killing some Americans too. And I was like, you mean the ones like helping them across? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, they're not really worthy of saving, then are they? Who cares? Like that's like double points if you catch the American helping.
I'm pretty sure Rambo could get passed off as Hitler at this moment in life.
this is why I can't leave the country and use Twitter.
Yo,
Yeah.
Rambo would, dude. I would have to. Are you kidding, Shane? In order for us to do another episode of the Game Talk while he's away, we're gonna have to come up with bail money.
Yeah. Bail money, you're gonna have to come up with like a congressional vote to get me back, because like if I had gone to Gamescom, it's in Cologne, Germany. I sure as fuck would not be allowed on this podcast in Cologne, Germany.
Jesus.
Like, did you guys just talk about Hitler? Yes, but it's a meme, so it's fine. Oh, sir, you're going to prison. What?
What is
Like,
meme? What is meme?
I need on the plane now. The plane.
Jesus Christ.
I would not make it in another country. Like I love America. I mean, there's a reason, because I would be jailed and killed in other countries. But I don't see any reason why you can't shoot illegal aliens like crossing the border.
And that, sir, is why you're not allowed to leave this soil. My nigga would be ending up fucking like abducted, fucking gagged, and then his ass would be beat in Mexico. Like, I'm like, Rambo, where you at, man?
If y'all ever hear me like say we're gonna go on vacation to Cancun, you might want to warn me against like this podcast here.
Yo, I'd be like, bro, you are not getting on the podcast tonight. You're gonna enjoy your night.
Like I'm staying in the white area of Cancun.
The white area. Oh my gosh. Wow. Double the points if they're black? That's fucked up.
No. No. Nah.
We're not anti-black here. It's just we don't like the stupid shit.
Yeah, Gavin, I have seen that one guy, I guess, talk about, I guess it was on that TV show or that movie or whatever, where the actor was talking about why America isn't the greatest country in the world. And he's 100% right. The
Newsroom.
Yeah, whatever that was.
The opening speech from the Newsroom. Who's the guy that did it? I can't remember his name.
I forgot his name, but he was like what he said in that was 100% factual.
It was the guy from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
That plays Harry. Yeah.
And he was. I mean, that was actually on point and like a perfect reason as to why we are not the greatest country in the world. However, I will take the country that we do have versus like the UK or Canada.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where else is there? Where's a better place to live than America?
Remember, in the UK.
Obvious Liberia. Jeez.
In the UK, guys.
Was nice this time of year.
Okay, no, the UK guys. If you buy a cell phone, a smartphone, that's it. Just a smartphone. Like the very first thing you move over there, you don't take anything. You go buy your couch, your love seat, whatever, and then you go to the store and you buy yourself a smartphone. You have to pay $145 a year for a TV tax.
Yep. Any screen. A TV, a monitor, a smartphone, anything. Anything
that TV could actually be broadcasted on in any form.
Yep.
But it's only one license per year. It's a TV license.
But it pays for the
Wow.
BBC and there's a couple of channels and shit like that.
I told somebody, like one of my UK friends, like, man, I'm really glad I live in the US because like the UK has like the veil of freedom, but there's really no freedoms over there. And he's like,
Oh yeah.
how is a TV tax pretend freedom? And I'm like, because you're being forced to fucking pay it. Like, there's no reason. You should have a choice. Do I want to pay it or do I not want to pay it? You should never be forced to do anything. Not like that.
Even beyond that, because it's bad enough that you're forced to pay it. But you're forced to pay for like the BBC is basically a propaganda network.
It's CNN over there.
It's even worse. Yeah, I mean this is literally like Goebbels' vision embodied in a state-run, taxpayer-funded entity, and it's like the fact that you have to pay for that is just leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
My friend already pays the tax, but the tax is in his wife's name. But he went to go buy a monitor at a store, and he did not fill out the form because you have a form to fill out every time you buy a phone or a thing that has your name and address and everything on it for your TV tax. So he didn't fill out the form, but they showed up at his house. The government showed up at his house to actually fine him. Because he didn't have one, but he had to go to court and prove that his household had one because he already had one under his wife's name.
It's getting even worse.
Sounds like a police state to me.
Exactly. Oh, and remember over there, the guy in the UK, the Muslim that raped the woman, got away with it, was let go because he was the only person in his family that spoke English. But the guy that left a bacon cheeseburger in front of a mosque got a year in prison.
What?
Yep.
Wait, did the Muslim rape her with his eyes?
No.
No.
It was a proper rape.
Yeah.
Proper rape. So
proper
rape.
I'm pretty sure it definitely felt forced. See what I did there?
It's even worse in other parts too, like in Germany.
So it was rough, is what you're saying.
They are currently like voting or something on a bill that would make it so that if you have a YouTube channel, you have to pay for and apply for a license to basically operate a TV station. Because they're trying to make it so that YouTube is literally like TV, and you have to petition and pay the government to be able to put up videos on YouTube or Twitch or whatever.
In Denmark...
Oh yeah, I think that's for streamers, people who do live streams.
Anything like that, yeah.
In Denmark, a 17-year-old girl was raped, and she's being prosecuted because she sprayed mace.
Yep, because she had the audacity to defend herself.
She is not allowed to. She's not allowed to defend herself.
Yo, all I gotta say is, fuck the UK in the ass.
You want to go? Y'all want to go?
Well, is Britain now? I got a question. Is Britain still following under any of these guidelines, or are they finally free?
Britain still has the same rules right now.
Well,
really?
some of those things are British law.
Yeah,
and some of those things are also EU law. But yeah, no, UK does have their own laws. So even if they leave the EU, they were still laws passed by their own parliament.
Yeah,
and all that. So yeah, they're still in effect.
Those
and
laws,
everything.
Yeah, those laws that I said were UK laws, not EU. So they're still part of the UK, but they're not part of the EU.
Oh, and the UK wants to completely regulate the entire internet, and the reason given is for hardcore porn. So they want complete control over what websites people can. And what was it? They wanted people to have to call or do something and prove they're 18 and then ask permission to see porn each time they do it.
That's insane.
So you sitting at your house, you want to go visit Xhamster or whatever, you've got to like call or log into their little system or something, prove you are you and you are 18, and get their permission before you can access a porn site. And but I mean, basically they'd own the entire internet at that point.
It's actually like the UK and the area overseas is basically turning into what like Germany was, or like back in the day, and what the Russia is now, where any kind of media is Russian-controlled media, any sort of like you're not allowed to have. It's crazy that they allow this like that. Like they have an LGBTQ plus minus 100%. I don't know what the hell the rest of the letters are, but they have a police force dedicated to them.
Yep.
They actually have a car. They have a car that's in a rainbow police car, and they
Yep.
for LGBTQ plus minus 100% crimes.
And I can't remember which county, whether it was like
pull over.
I don't know what it was, like Manchester or somewhere like that. But what was it? Misogyny is now what did they? It's like a hate crime.
Yeah.
And it's illegal, and so what counts is literally like wolf whistling or cat calling.
Yep.
Or saying, "Hey, beautiful," to a woman on the street. That qualifies under misogyny, and I think there was actually, I don't know if they went to jail.
Yeah, there's
somebody that was like arrested for it or something.
You get a one year sentence in jail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they make fun of America.
As bad as California is, and trust me, it's bad. It's real bad. And I'm not even in like a bad place like LA or Frisco, and it's still bad. But as bad as we are, it's nothing like the UK or Europe, and we need to keep that away as long as possible.
Yeah, we fucking universal healthcare yet.
Fuck that.
A TV tax, though, I can't get over that one. That one is like, I'm like, really? Like,
You're
nigga?
paid, you have to pay to have the privilege to watch TV.
Wow.
That's not even counting your bill that you get for like the cable bill and stuff like that. That's just a tax given to the BBC for the privilege of being able to, that you might watch TV. You might be one of those families that never watch TV, but if you own a smartphone and that's it, you're paying the tax.
But how
You know what would be crazier? If you had to pay for the privilege to play your games online.
Oh, you do? Oh.
That's funny.
You mean
like
like Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus?
Where's that group of black kids GIF where it's like, ah!
Yeah.
Right?
Wouldn't you hate to be pulled over by the rainbow police car?
I would be like,
What if they had to pull you out, frisk you, and arrest you?
I would run. That would be the one time I'd like evading the police. I'd be like, I'm gone. Like
Rambo, what if they were gluten-free rainbow police cars, huh?
I don't even care. Like I'd be scared. I'd be like getting screwed with a wheat-free dick.
Wait, what? Wheat-free? Wait, did you say wheat-free dick?
Yeah.
Rambo would run. He's like, I don't want them to mistake my dick for a deadly weapon when they frisk me.
I don't know, because they carry. I mean, they don't. Well, the police force over there doesn't carry guns. Like there's some of them that do. They get called in, but most of them don't. Like most of them that patrol or whatever, they only have batons. Like they're not allowed to carry guns.
And then the gay ones in the rainbow car carry vibrating batons they can use for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see all them being drag queens, all those officers.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, young man, I'm coming for you!
I accessorize my police uniform.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I saw that police unit, like that police car pulling me over, I would run. I'd be like, I'm out, because look, they could hit me with the baton, and then who knows what's gonna happen.
He's like, he gets a baton, he's all, hey, partner, Officer Smith, guess what? We got fur cuffs.
I wake up.
Or like if they're doing a patrol and you get stabbed and you're like dying, they ask you, hey, are you gay? No, okay. You need to die because you're not like fucking gay or LGBT.
You're not one of us.
It's the UK is a scary place. Like they used to be pretty on par with the freedoms that America had, but now they've gone full on Germany. Like it's
pretty much.
It's crazy over there.
Is no one else gonna discuss the final Germany solution that we all seem to be dancing around? I say we just nuke them and get it over with, because this is 3 times now. If a world war starts because this German-controlled communist superstate starts taking over more of the world than Europe, this will have been the 3rd time that Germany has started some shit on a worldwide scale. I don't know.
Well,
I think it should be 3 strikes and you're out.
They're doing
Do you guys support war with North Korea?
We're gonna bomb you, but we're gonna take all your bratwurst first. So fuck off.
No. We're taking all the brat. There you go. I was just gonna say that, man.
We will ship them over here. They can hang out and become Americans.
They can have asylum.
Yeah, but everybody else, like Merkel and the rest of those fucks.
You're like, yo, man, you gotta let the titties survive, man. They never did anything wrong to anybody.
No, too. When it comes to us in North Korea, like, I support it because the only way that like we're getting involved is simply a flyover or from the sea. Like we don't ever need to send our ground troops into North Korea because we can clean up all the mess from the air and the sea and let South Korea take care of the few troops that are left after we're done.
American boots on the ground in North Korea would be a huge disaster.
Didn't our lovely general say something like, I will never spare any expense of a bullet if it means I can save a human life? So, I mean, I mean, that guy is savage as fuck.
If we had troops on the ground, I'm pretty sure the civilians would fight against us too because they're brainwashed to think that we're evil.
Oh, yeah, but
America's losing their talent because before this North Korea thing, we were good at bombing brown people. No, we're not doing that now.
Well, it's because we had Obama in charge. He was the best brown person killer of all.
No, you don't. I was just gonna say you don't understand. We've been bombing people. In fact, Obama sent in more strikes than Bush did, and that's the funny thing. Nobody talked about that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hated Bush, but Obama actually fucking kickstarted more of the strikes over in the Middle East than Bush did. So I'm like,
and more deportation.
Yeah. But Obama was the great guy. He was a good guy. You know, like, dude, he was just as bad as Bush. Shut the fuck
up. The North Korea. I would agree that if we went into on the ground in North Korea, it would be us fighting a country, not just an army. But from the sea, we can fight the country from the sea because it's a small country.
It's like less than Texas.
Yeah, a few well-placed targets with a couple of our bombs, and there'd be nothing left of that for us to even worry about. And
here's the thing too:
we could actually just stop. Like we could just drop one of the hydrogen bombs on there, not the atomic bomb, but the actual hydrogen bomb, where just the concussion kills everything. Drop one of those, and it'd wipe out North Korea.
Yeah.
And the thing is with North Korea too is Kim Jong-un is dead set on arming submarines with nuclear warheads.
From my understanding, from my understanding, he's backed down from that now. Like,
but see, we can't trust him not to.
Well, that's what he says. No. That's what he says.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing. We know he's got nuclear weapons, and he has zero navy except for submarine.
Trump
and that's the thing. As soon as if he ever gets one, that could cause a world nuclear war. And that's not and he would be one stupid enough to do it. So that's not something that can be ignored for very long. So
no, I mean, I think
something will have to be done before that point. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, it really could, because I mean, Jesus Christ, with subs, you could nuke New York, Washington D.C., both coasts before anybody could. Missile defense systems can't take care of those kind of missiles. They're too fast.
We are only what, like 7 months into Trump's presidency of 4 years, and we already are having this problem with North Korea. Like before the 4 years is up, we will have settled the North Korea problem.
Oh yeah, it will had to have. And it might not come to that. China might really fucking do something, because they're starting to not like what he's doing too.
What'd you say?
They might just bitch slap him. They look here, child. Quit stirring shit up, or we're gonna do
PS4s made in North Korea, Rambo?
No, they're all made in China.
Oh, well, thank God we don't have a problem with them then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I think war with North Korea is pretty much inevitable. It's just a matter of when, because they keep threatening us and saying, "Oh, we're gonna nuke Guam or whatever, and we're gonna nuke California." Like, the only way that I could see there being no war with them without, would be like if they collapsed internally, like if the government collapsed. That's the only way I could see if war not happening with them.
I don't think that's
we'll see.
I think they're still getting too much support from China to actually collapse right now. But that's the thing. China might start cutting back. Yeah,
the only way for them to collapse is China to cut off their completely.
Yeah.
That would cause them to either A, fire the missile, or B, just collapse completely.
I think the only reason why China's propping them up is because they don't want refugees coming up from North Korea to China. I think that's really one of the main reasons why they still support them, because they don't want to have to deal with the fallout of them collapsing. You know what I mean?
True.
Possibly, yeah.
That could be a thing. I mean, think about it. Like, so, I mean, what is China really going to let its investments go downhill? Is it really going to lose out on trillions of dollars in trade? I doubt that. I doubt that seriously. Some of their biggest banking institutions are over here. Some of their biggest property owned corporations are over here, dude. Like, do you really think China's going to be like, oh yeah, we're just going to let Bay fucking burn? No, they're going to be like, no, we own them. You fuck with them and our investments, and you fuck up the money that we have coming in, we're gonna fuck you up. That'd be in both parties' interest and good business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But the only problem is that like they have some sort of agreement with North Korea that they're wanting full control over this. But like, how can you put that much trust into China? Like you're wanting full control over somebody with nuclear weapons. I don't trust China any further than I can throw one, and I can't throw one.
Them Asians are pretty light, though, Rambo. You might be able to.
I've seen some big ones. I've seen some big ones. Later in life, that rice gets to them.
I'll trust
this
their
is definitely. Yeah, it's certainly one of the most complicated issues in international politics, the whole North Korean conflict. It's like you can't really, there's no like good solution to this issue.
There's really no good outcome at all.
There really isn't.
So I mean, like, if you take out Kim Jong-un and his regime or whatever, you're going to be killing, like, not only just killing him, but you're going to be killing a bunch of North Korea, like basically all of North Korea.
Well,
and
like
possibly
Iraq,
South Koreans too.
Just like Iraq, the good ones, okay, they can get out now. If they don't, sorry, you're gonna become what's Crypto call it?
A glass monument.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's what, like, they could. I mean, they could do that. The only problem with that is like any of those bombs like that would, like, South Korea sits too close to North Korea, and you're in danger of hurting them as well, which we can't do that at all because that would be huge in the international spectrum. But if we did like what we did with Hiroshima, fly over a couple of days with a B-52 and drop pamphlets and say, you know, on this day, on this time, we're dropping this bomb, and you know, if you're still here, good luck. You know,
we're just trying to warn all of our neighbors, you know, that we're going to be on a bombing spree. This is going to be.
Do you guys approve of Trump lately?
I do and I don't. I mean, like, there's like some things I do and some things I don't.
Like,
I mean,
I haven't kept up YouTube, so can you like enlighten me? Like, what do you mean?
Well, we already talked about the Virginia shit, but like the thing he's been saying, you know, the shit he's been saying about North Korea is that he's not afraid to like go to war with them, and the media was flipping out about that.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, he says stupid shit every now and then, but it's really not enough to be like, oh my god, I regret voting for him or anything like that. It's just like. Yeah. I know his approval ratings are low, but
he hasn't done anything yet that makes me regret voting for him.
Yeah, those approval ratings are done by the same companies that placed Hillary having a 99% chance of winning the election. So I throw those. Well, not very. Yeah, I don't trust those at all. Period.
In that case,
the worst thing he's done is say, you know, make stupid tweets on Twitter, but who cares? I honestly do not care about that.
Here's the worst thing about this whole thing with Trump and everything, okay? The standard of conduct that people are holding Trump to is a standard that never fucking existed. Obama was a goddamn traitor in so many ways. same thing with Bush. He was a total asshat. Either, you know, I hate to attribute malice, that which can be explained by incompetence, and it could very well have been that Bush knew nothing about there not being weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and all that.
Hey guys, I just bombed that country over there. You want to check out my golf swing?
I mean, he could have not known anything about it, but I don't know. You know, and he certainly could have known about it, and yeah, all that. And Clinton, oh my God, I mean, he was dicking bimbos left and right and using
I miss Clinton
as cigar holders. And
yo,
so
you know what's
this
funny?
standard of conduct that people hold Trump to, it's a standard that never fucking existed. It was a facade. The whole thing. None of these assholes were presidential or really even good people. You know, so the fact he makes stupid tweets at 3 in the morning. Yeah, okay, I can deal with that. That's all. If that's his biggest flaw that you can realistically point out, and there are some bigger ones that you can realistically point out, but I mean they're not much bigger. But I mean, if these are the worst thing, and if anybody would find him, it'd be the goddamn. I mean, it's what, 6 months now with Russia, and there's nothing with Russia.
Oh my God! Don't even get started with that.
You know what? Hey, you know what, dude? You know what's funny is like Obama's in, everybody hates Russia. Trump comes in, hey you guys, let's become expats into Russia. Like what the fuck? Like isn't that funny how that works out? Like because Obama had everybody believe that, you know, Putin was this piece of shit garbage human being. But when Trump gets in there, it's like, oh hey guys, what's up? Oh yeah, I have lunch with this guy every now and then. We're good. We're BFFs.
They hate Putin because he's not a globalist. That's the only reason why they hate him so much.
Yeah, he's not enough communist.
Yeah, they think they've renamed communism to globalism.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, that's the EU's whole thing, is to have a unified system.
Yeah, Hillary was talking about it in speeches. There needs to be a hemispherical, open, you know, global market and this, that, and the other. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, Putin, you know, he kills his political enemies. Well, the DNC killed Seth Rich, but let's not talk about that.
Oh, there was 2 more that just happened, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, the Clinton body count is over 100, I know.
Oh yeah, just, like almost every
swept under the rug.
Dude, every fucking lawyer that's dug into them, every person that's investigated them, every single individual that has found dirt on them has wound up in a car accident. Like how the fuck? Or a heart attack
with 2 shots to the back of the head, and oh yeah, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Maybe we should talk about some game stuff though.
Oh no, well, but Trump is objectively worse than Hillary. Yeah, okay.
Damn.
But we can definitely talk about the Xbox One X.
What about it?
God, that's a stupid name.
Well,
that's a pile of shit.
It's going. I mean, it's basic. I mean, we're basically the July. Well, excuse me, we're in August. Yeah, the July MPD numbers have been leaked, and the Xbox One didn't even amass 1 million sales.
Okay.
They're actually below the 3DS. They're in 4th place.
Wow.
Everybody's saying that they're preparing for the Xbox One X launch, but then all of a sudden today, Crackdown 3 was delayed. Super Lucky Tales pre-order on the Xbox One has been removed from the Xbox One. The only thing left for sure on the Xbox One is Cuphead and Forza 7. What do you think is going to happen with the Xbox One X? Do you think this is going to affect anything? Because right now, like they've taken my hype. That's basically now the Xbox One has become the definitive retro gaming console, where you can game on all your old games for 1040p.
Well, you know what? I'm down with that pretend 4K. You know why? Because if I'm not going to be down with that pretend 4K, then I should have never been down with that pretend 1080p on the PlayStation 3 and 4.
I'm cool. I have no problem with pretend 4K. Like I have no. Let me just, because I never once complained about it on the Pro. I've never once complained about it anywhere. I think checkerboarding is actually a positive a positive tool for developers to be able to use to get more out of their game. So I have no problem with it, but the problem I have with like Xbox is that every time that they like, you would see like Aaron Greenberg and what's his name, Xbox Quick, what's that? I forgot, like his Mike Ibarra. They would retweet a tweet from PlayStation that talked about something coming in, checkerboard 4K or whatever, going to be out in checkerboard 4K. They were like, so glad we're having the true 4K console coming out. True 4K, true 4K, true 4K, true 4K. And it's launching as like, oh guys, true 4K now includes checkerboard rendering and all these different things besides native 4K. Like true 4K, they've redefined what 4K means. To me, if you're going to make fun of if you're going to make fun of PlayStation for the checkerboard 4K, and this isn't just coming from the fanboys. This is actually coming from the heads of fucking Xbox. And then your games launch with pretend 4K. There's a problem. That is a huge problem because you're the ones fueling the fanboy war, and then you're not even delivering on what you're saying. And now everybody's basically saying, "Oh well, Crackdown 3 it deserved to be delayed," which I do believe that it did, but I'm still thinking this is along the lines of Scalebound. Scalebound was delayed multiple times. Crackdown 3 has been delayed multiple times. Whenever it come out in the fall of 1 year, it got moved over to the spring of the next year. By the time the spring of next year came, that we got to announce.
Is he roboting for anybody else?
Yeah, Rambo, you're roboting quite a bit
now.
now.
Yeah, I thought that was just me.
we're getting a bad storm coming in, so.
This guy on the wireless, man. See, kids, this is why you don't game on wireless connection.
No, my internet's completely down. Like, it's been down for like 3 days.
Oh yeah, him in paying the double price of trying to get close to unlimited internet.
He's a house payment.
Dude, you're not even joking.
My internet, actually, if you want to know the truth of the matter, my internet bill is more expensive than car payment.
Damn.
And my car is a 2015. My car is a 2015 Chevy Cruze. It was brand new. But
that's crazy. Actually,
my car payment is less than my internet bill.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I guess your area has no competition for internet.
No, there is. The only competition is AT&T. And AT&T, I looked up their website, and they have, the only package that they have to offer is 5 megabits per second down for $30 a month. That's the only pack they have to offer. So there's basically no competition. And Google tried to
explains why it's so high.
Yeah, Google tried to come here, and they put it up to vote for the city council, but the city council, of course, voted no, because they get paid kickbacks from Cox Communications. And so now we're stuck with them.
It's like all the cities that are trying to take down Uber to protect the yellow taxi cabs or, car service companies that pay them off. It's pathetic.
See, what's crazy is that, like, DirecTV got smart. DirecTV was like, nobody wants to pay for us to come out and run wires on their house and have the satellite, everything like that. The whole world's going to streaming now. Let's offer a package where you can get DirecTV now, and then you can pick from your different packages and be able to stream DirecTV at your house with no satellite. I wish Cox, like the cable companies, would actually get with the times and go, you know what, we're going to switch to basically being an internet company, and you can get our TV package through like an app on your Roku device or your
TV or
Xbox
wherever,
One. Yeah, and you can pay us for TV there, but then pay what different packages offer different things.
That's where it's going, though. I mean,
that would be nice,
but
not the cable companies. The cable companies are instead like deciding, well, what we're going to do is we are going to cut off a limit of usage that you have on your home internet, So that way you're less inclined to go to a streaming service because that's where you're going to be utilizing most of your internet data usage.
Yep.
And then that's what happened to me because I was paying $100 a month. I had unlimited. When I moved, they put me on their new plan that they can't go back to. I didn't leave me grandfather. So they put me on their new plan. $100 a month, but a 1 terabyte link. So I had no way to add it like that. So what I had to do is add 2 more internet lines into my house, and now I'm paying $340 some a month.
Jesus! So you have a total of 3 internet lines in your house?
Oh yeah, yep. I have 3 modems in my house.
Dude.
Wow.
All because this retarded ass company can't get a few years ahead of the time.
You might
want
want
to
to
something crazy that happened to me like 2 months ago. So I have Optimum Internet, and so the way that they set it up, because I live in a city, right? So like they set up the thing, like the internet connection, like part of it is outside your house. So someone actually stole part of the thing from my house. So I lost internet for a few days. I didn't even know why, but that's what it was. Someone actually like went outside of my house, stole one of the parts. And I had no internet.
Did they make you pay for a new one?
Yeah.
Wow, I'd be furious. I'd say no fucking way.
$80.
Oh my god.
That's happened to me before. Like someone that's a dick will go outside and clip your coaxial line. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, they teach you, like they taught me whenever I used to work for this company. They taught me that there's the DMARC location at your house is where Cox Communications or the cable company ends responsibility. And the lines on your house are the customer's responsibility. So if you go out to a person's house and the drop coming from the pole or from the underground to the house is bad, there's no charge. But then if the wires on the house had been chewed by a dog or whatever, then it's charged for the customer. Now, they charge me $75 to install TV because I have a TV package through them. I don't use it because I was on TV through them, but they're going to charge me like $200 to cancel TV until like September. So I just kept the basic package, and once I can drop like $20 off my bill whenever in September. But when I moved, they charged me $75 to professionally install the internet and $75 to TV. Well, I called to complain about that. I was like, the dude didn't professionally install shit. The only thing he did is
robot again.
Outside of my backyard, and he didn't. And the lady was like, "Well, it doesn't matter if they come inside your house or not. All that matters is if they came out to your house." And I'm like, "No."
Wait, to screw a cable into the wall?
Yeah, no, they didn't. But no, yeah, they didn't even do that. Like I had everything inside the house hooked up already. All he did is come out to the outside, that little box on the outside, and plug 2 cables together, and then walk out.
Are you shitting me?
Wow.
Yep. And they said, "Well, you owe us $150." I was like, "No, that is not happening." And they gave me a credit for a portion of it, and then the lady was like, "Well, I gave you the credit for the other." And I was like, "So my bill was like $525," and they said your bill is now $475. I'm like, last time I did math, I was like 525 minus 150 was not 475. I was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but every calculator in my house is coming with a different number than that. Like, well, you have to pay for a portion of it. Like, no, I don't. That's the thing is, like, I'm the one who did the installation. You didn't do anything. I was like, I was pissed, and they finally credited me the amount, but I was pissed. They were mad, talking about from now on, anytime that somebody comes out to my house to look at my wires or anything, it's a $75 charge.
The thing about living in the city is that there's so much competition that like you don't even have to worry about that. So like when they try to charge you for some shit, you just say, okay, I'm just gonna go to the competitor because there actually are competitors. But if you live in like a secluded area, then you're pretty much fucked. You have to deal with their bullshit.
I live in the heart of Oklahoma City.
Oh.
So there's no competition. Like there's no competition for the state of Oklahoma. They're the only people in the state of Oklahoma in the rural areas that they're not at. If you want them there, you have to pay them $10,000 per 100 feet of cable, because they will take it from the city out to like your country. But if you're like 100 miles from the city, well, you're paying $10,000 for 100 feet of cable.
By the way, anybody who wants, anybody who thinks net neutrality is a good or bad idea, that's the kind of thing you can expect if cable internet or whatever becomes a quote unquote, you know, service like water or electricity or whatever. So, like, that's the worst part about this whole debate about net neutrality is everybody, you know, nobody talks about those kind of consequences, because that's the kind of thing that will happen when there isn't any competition in the field.
Yeah, I don't believe my internet company charges when they come out like that, because they were just out here today, matter of fact, replacing my modem router that I rent from them or whatever, because the last one was garbage. And I guess I got a nice guy too, because he goes, just as a precaution, I know these areas modems are not that great, but I'm going to go outside and check your lines. And it turns out one of my lines outside had cracks in it and was just all messed up. So he replaced that for me too at no charge.
Oh, well, you're lucky there, but here they've pretty much like gone away with everything and basically charge for everything, put limits on it so that way you go over. I'm now actually on one of my lines at my limit for the month until like the 18th or 19th.
That is such a joke, dude.
I actually have to and that's in my room because I downloaded some games from what's it called?
So what do you just unplug it?
Yeah, I have to unplug it, and I have to run if I want to download a game or whatever, I have to run a cable from I'm plugging it into my consoles so that I can actually get to my daughter's router. I've unplugged her PS4 and made her go Wi-Fi so I can actually upload videos to YouTube.
That's some nonsense.
Yep. I've actually talked to my wife, and we're thinking about like now that once she gets a job, we're gonna start going to buying physical games again.
Oh boy.
Well, it's the one reason is because, well, like right now, like not only do I have to buy like multiple games because of game sharing and stuff like that, but I also have to think about, say, Destiny 2 launches at 50 gigabytes. Well, that's a huge fucking download off of 1 terabyte's worth of usage that month. What happens if like that one game, like that one day that whenever I got when I first moved in before the limit ever actually started, whenever I was on a grace period, I got my Xbox One S, downloaded all my Xbox games that I had, was over 2 terabytes of data, 2 terabytes of downloads, and I was already over that limit that month, by a terabyte. So it's one of those things, like right now, like I had to download Sonic Mania and Hellblade. I had to plug into my daughter's modem, so it wouldn't count against my internet usage on my modem.
Yeah. You know what the worst thing is? Like, the worst place to be is like out in the boondocks, where the only option you have is like, satellite internet.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Really bad.
Yeah, that's dial-up internet.
Because that's really where the business is for GameStop and physical games, is in those areas, because they have no other option. They can't download games,
Well,
and that's a significant population of the country.
Here is a very big promoter for physical games, because physical games on Xbox don't do me any good, because as soon as when you put a physical disc into Xbox, it doesn't actually load up off the disc. It actually downloads from the store anyway. But
yeah, the disc is just like hitting purchase in the digital store. That's all it is.
Yes, that's basically all that is that
it's a physical voucher that you own that game.
Yes, but on PlayStation, it actually installs off the disc, and then the other thing you actually download is the update. So the physical purchases are definitely going to actually benefit me on the PlayStation side.
Well, sadly, Blu-ray discs aren't capable of holding 50 gigabytes of, storage. So that's why that happens. They are?
No, they are. Yeah, that you can hold it.
Quad layer Blu-rays can hold 50 gigs.
Oh, is that the Blu-ray though that they use on PlayStation though?
Yeah, you can use a quad layer Blu-ray on any Blu-ray drive.
Yeah.
So how come they have it where you have to install it then? I'm confused.
Well, if you look at the games like that, the game itself was 50 gigabytes, and then the update coming after was more than that. Didn't put it on 2 discs.
No, I get what he's saying. The reason that you have to install it on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One for that matter is because their Blu-ray drive is not fast like the Wii U's was, so it can't play straight off the disc.
I knew it had something to do with actual technical limits. I don't think it's them just being dickheads.
Well, I don't even
some reason.
Yeah, and that's not even technical limit, but even the fastest Blu-ray drives, they are really lagging behind when it comes to read speed compared to even a regular hard drive. Even a platter drive is way faster than most Blu-ray drives. So it's kind of everything's been moving to solid storage and SD cards and things like that. It's only a matter of time before discs as a storage medium on the whole become kind of irrelevant,
See, and Nintendo's trying to capitalize on that, with their innovation, theories and how they're always trying to be ahead of the game with their Switch cartridges. I think personally, though, they've done that too soon. Discs still have a little while before they become irrelevant. So I don't think Nintendo, popped that cherry at the right time.
You think the PS5 will have a disc tray?
Well, they'll probably have a tray for a while because it'll still be good for movies.
Yeah, till the super slim model, I would guess.
And movies like to stick to one medium for as long as possible. Even music has moved faster than movies. So I think Blu-rays will be because they're still good for 4K.
Yeah.
So they'll probably be the medium of choice for physical movies for whoever, instead of $5 DVD bins, it'll be $5 Blu-ray bin.
If you think about it,
most everything will probably drop for a while.
Didn't consoles make disc kind of mainstream, like with the PS2?
They certainly helped, yeah.
Like having DVD player built in, I think that was a big thing.
Yeah, that's how I got my PS2. Was I convinced my girlfriend, at the time she was my girlfriend, that if we get the PlayStation 2, we'll also have a DVD player in our room. That was the selling point for me.
Yeah.
Who knows? USB sticks. That might be what it is. PS5 will have games that come on USB sticks.
I think eventually it's just going to be completely digital.
Oh, it certainly will. But that's another question though. When are physical media going to disappear entirely? Because if it happens for games, it's going to happen for music and movies and everything else too.
Physical media will disappear entirely in a lot longer than discs, I think.
The only thing I'm skeptical about is video game streaming. I'm not sure if that's really the future because it just doesn't seem feasible to me.
No.
That everyone's going to be able to stream games and then, also playing online multiplayer. You can't, there's going to be so much lag and, it wouldn't be feasible, I don't think. So I don't think that's the
not
future.
Yet.
The power of the cloud is not the answer to all the world's problems. So...
Because there are people that can't even download games, never mind stream them. Come on. And even if you have perfect internet, the technology still isn't even perfected yet. Even if you have the best internet, you're still gonna have some latency issues.
I don't believe standard coaxial cable internet is the right type of internet in general for this kind of thing. I think when the entire United States ends up getting fiber optics, then we need to look into streaming games.
Like Fios, Google Fiber, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Streaming games, I think, is a long way away.
That's way long, because here's the thing.
I think I'll be dead by the time that's, a huge thing.
No,
honestly.
No.
Man, it could be. It might take like 100 years, because, and this is the thing with like cars and stuff. The most efficient way to like power anything is to put the power source on the thing itself. Whether it's a weed whacker or a car or anything. And it's the same thing with like it's similar to this, where the most efficient way to store data and to process it is to have the data actually right there in the same computer as whatever, the CPU and the GPU and all that.
Yeah, like what Fun Fact's saying, you download assets to the game that are required to play.
Exactly.
And, yes.
Yeah, I mean, by the time the times that we're talking about where everything is just wirelessly projected, and all your devices are connected, and the whole world is a giant hotspot, and that's the kind of thing that would have to happen before things like cloud computing for games and streaming them to devices is going to be a thing.
Well, shit, at that point, if I could take my game system to Starbucks and stream games, I'm good.
You wouldn't even need to. It'd just be a tablet at that point, any screen and a wireless controller, and you're good.
Yeah. Well, but the whole flash drive thing, though, if discs become obsolete and that's the way it goes, it's just like a USB stick. I honestly wouldn't mind that, because I could picture them decorating the case and the USB stick for the game or the movie.
That'd be sick.
Yes, that's
what 3D lettering and shit.
To me, that's more valuable than a disc. I'd prefer to have something like that.
I'm down. We need to patent this.
So this is kind of unrelated from what we've been talking about, but you guys know how so you guys remember the last time I was with you guys when I was the console king, and I was doing that whole thing with Rags, and I'm sure you guys know that I kind of changed my direction a bit for my channel. I'm not doing console bullshit.
Yeah, so you've been doing work with Bullet Barry. That was pretty good.
Yeah, Bullet Barry for Tonga, even Top Hats. I'm doing some shit with him.
For Tonga, that guy still owes me not money, but he needs to cut my lawn. I paid him.
Fool owes me $350.
He owes me an apology.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty cool. We actually had some.
Just kidding.
Yeah. No, we had some issues, but we resolved them. And we're cool with each other. But I've been changing my shit, and I've been pretty much I guess on the fence or just neutral about the whole PC versus console thing. I'm kind of console fanboy bullshit that I used to do with the console king. I mean, most of it was just a character. I wasn't serious most of the time. But yeah, I got a comment on one of my videos from none other than JTech TV the other day. And he said that, you're only just doing this for the views. You just want attention. It's coming from the same person that accused Bullet Barry and all these other people of, botting views or some shit. But yet I'm the person that wants attention.
Okay, well, your console king thing, I knew, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through that it was an act, and I'll tell you why. When you made your list and you put me and Brim and Rambo on it, a lot of those bits you were doing were stolen from WWE promos. So
yes,
that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this guy's fucking with people. Yeah, I knew whenever like in the very beginning, whenever Rags did his first video on him, I did not know that he was trolling at that point. But after we had him on, had you on here, and then I started watching your channel, you could see the more and more you did, the more and more you were just not doing nothing but trolling, and it was working. What is your channel up to 2,000 subs now?
Almost 3,000 now, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it worked. Yeah, I couldn't stick with it that long because I talked to too many people on Twitter, and that would be whoa, my Twitter would be going crazy.
My Twitter was insane back then. It was crazy. I got 80 notifications an hour.
Oh, I
couldn't read all of them.
I get that now because I've moved my Twitter. I've moved my Twitter into consoles and political, and I found that both things, consoles and politics, can piss people off. Like
if a black person dies and his family owned an Xbox, Rambo will get no sleep that day because of Twitter. I mean, it's just how his Twitter goes.
Pretty much, yeah. My Twitter is nasty.
Well, the whole thing with Twitter, I never really cared about it. I never really used it. But then one day, for some reason, Rags decided to tag me in some kind of tweet that he made, and then my notifications started blowing up, and that's where it all started, really. Because I had a Twitter account, I just never used it. But man, it could be fun. Like when you actually have people interacting with you, it could be fun. But if you just have an account, it's not really anything. But if you get notifications all the time, it's interesting.
It is. I used to, when I first got on there, I was following 300 people, because I learned that if you don't follow anybody, your Twitter timeline is fucking boring as hell. So I started following all these people, and I only had a few followers. And then I guess the more and more I started talking and making tweets, these few followers that I did have retweeted it, and it grew, and now I'm close to 1,000 followers, and I can put out a tweet, and that one tweet will garner, every time I look at my phone, it says 99 plus. I can never, and people are going, why didn't you respond to me? I'm going, I didn't see it. I'm not scrolling through 99 plus notifications every single time I log into Twitter, so I can make sure I answer every single person. I want one. I would love to be verified, and I'm sorry if I'm talking loud, but I'm outside with the rain. But I would love to be
quiet, actually.
Oh, I would love to be
you're quiet.
I would love to be verified, because then when you're verified, you have a separate notification list for the verified Twitter accounts, and then you have the other notifications for the peons like us. So then I could be well, I'm only going to pay attention to the blue checkmark people and not the other people.
Oh, well, thank you, Rambo.
One might even say...
I would.
The Twitter master race?
Yeah, I would definitely...
All those unverified plebs?
I would definitely... But see, I would do my duty as a blue checkmark person to make sure my Game Talk podcast hosts were blue checkmark people, too.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck you, Peter. I'm going to get a blue checkmark.
Maybe not peasants, perhaps?
Cyrus, Rambo, you're verified in our hearts.
Aww. I need that blue check though. All I gotta do is have this one viral tweet, and you become verified off of that. Because then people start following you. I've learned that verification on Twitter, it used to be a status based on who you are. If you were a celebrity, a business owner, or something like that. That's how the verification works. But now anybody can be verified on Twitter. All you have to do is have a lot of followers and a lot of following. If you have just an enormous amount of followers and following, you can get verified. I also learned,
and you have to talk shit about Trump. Don't forget that.
But I also learned that if somebody hacks your account, because my friend,
fun fact, just said that right as YouTube.
Oh yeah, if my friend got verified on Twitter, but the way he got verified on Twitter is he's a writer for one of these internet publications, these gaming sites, that not even one of the popular ones, just one of the ones people created, their own. But so he's really a nobody when it comes to a reporter or a gaming journalist. But his Twitter got hacked, and he used that, I'm a writer, this is what I use for business. And now he's verified with 1,000 followers.
1,000? What the fuck?
Yeah. All right, Rambo. You get into my Twitter account. I'll get into yours.
Okay.
And then we'll get verified.
I think so. I think that we could do this.
Any of those Russian hackers listening, just hack into Rambo's account real quick. Put up one stupid tweet. Hitler didn't do nothing. Or something.
I'll actually even give you my information. You don't even have to worry about hacking. I'll just give it to you, and then you can pretend that you hacked.
Well, you can't say that live on the air. You got to do it in the DMs.
Well, Twitter doesn't watch our podcast.
They banned you for like 12 hours, so they might be looking out for you.
Yeah, they might be like trying to figure out where I'm at and what I'm doing.
I don't know, man. The CIA listens to everything, so you never know.
Well, never mind. We're not going to do that, but hit me in the DMs. The DMs are always open, guys. If you really ever want to send me a message, we can do this. We can get this done. I want to be verified.
Yeah, I've been trying, like, because you can't approach them for that. That's the shit part. Like,
well, you can. There's a link you go to, a Twitter link or whatever, Twitter account, and you apply to be verified. But you have to list off a number of different things that like are reasons for you to be verified, and then they send back a thing or if you're approved or not. It took like Barnacles, that guy that does his Nerdgasm or whatever. He had like 3 million subs or whatever, and he just got verified this year. And he's been doing this for many, many years on YouTube. So he was actually like a public person. But then you have like Keemstar that had fewer subs, and he's been verified for a while. So the way I look at it is that we need to get a website together, like go to one of these free websites. All of us start writing like gaming articles. So now we're writers, right? And so once we get that done, then we apply to Twitter for our verification, because then now that we use that for our business. This is where our business contacts are. This is not our personal Twitter. And then Twitter will verify us.
My Twitter email is an @geekessentials.com email, and I'm not even verified.
Well, you haven't, like, what have you done with Geek Essentials? Really?
For about a year, I had a website up and running, and it was just, I didn't like the way it was going, so I've been slowly working on one where I can actually write opinion pieces and reviews and stuff like that. It's not going to be live for some time, but
yeah.
I mean...
Well, I'm supposed to be getting, I don't know how much, but I'm supposed to be getting back pay from the Social Security here soon, like in the next month or so. But what
Obama!
Part of that is actually going to be used for adopting my granddaughter. But if I have enough left after that, then I'm going to buy a website with WordPress and everything on it, so that way we can all write on it, and it'll be like a publication. We can come together like what name we want. And then make that our .com, and everybody actually have a login for it. We can all go in there and write our opinion pieces or our gaming reviews and shit like that, and get that going, so that way we can actually then turn that part, like this part, into like a little bit more, obviously, and then maybe even
or like a proper game site.
Yeah.
See, that's what I have. I have hosting paid for WordPress till 2019.
So all we need is the website?
No, I have a domain too. It's not the.
I think he means like the actual code.
Hey, what happened to Mr. YouTube?
No, because you can.
I don't. Oh shit! He dropped out. I guess. Hold on.
If you have a website, actually a domain name, like a www, is it a .com?
I have several of those, yes.
Okay, so if you actually have those, and then you actually have a WordPress built in, like you actually have linking with WordPress, and we can all log into WordPress, we can actually start writing on that.
Okay, yeah, I don't have the GameTalk.com or anything.
Well, no, we don't have to make it the Game Talk. I mean, we can just make it whatever, and or make it like whatever you have, and just write for that, and that can be our...
mine are a bunch of Geek Essentials stuff. Like, if there's a dot after, like geekessentials.com, .net, .org, I have almost all of those. I believe I just lost .us, because when it's .us, they make you pay some ridiculous fees. I didn't even want to bother with that. I have Shaner123.com, and I have all these paid for till 2021. I mean... So
well, see, I know that I checked into it, and to have a proper web hosting service, and then with along with your own website, it's like $500 for like the very initial year, and then that's where you can get up to a certain number of hits. But shit, like if you already have all that done,
yeah, I just don't have the website built.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have like all we have to do is just get like somebody to build a website, like because you already have the geekessentials.com.
Oh yeah.
And Geek Essentials would cover gaming, would cover comics, would cover movies, would cover anything.
Yeah, man, we could make that Turtle Squad a thing.
And we could actually write on there about like a review for a movie, a review for a game, a review for, and maybe even get to the point to where we're actually like Jim Sterling and we're like aggregated on the Metacritic score.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean,
I think
Grim's got that studio now. We could, to get peace and quiet and put together the website, we could do it there, I'm sure.
Yep.
I think we should really check into that. I mean, and then I would, whenever I get my back pay, instead of paying for a whole new website, I could just give you some money to either pay to extend it or do whatever you need to with it or whatever.
Oh, no, man, I have it all. I mean, seriously, the only thing I'm missing is the motivation to sit down and do it.
Because
maybe Rambo can put a little greenbacks in your back pocket for that too, sir.
Or some Adderall, I'm just...
No, Cyrus, I don't. Jim Sterling, I'm not gonna be like him to where like I basically.
Hey, Brem, pull up YouTube again.
Again?
What Jim Sterling did with the Hellblade review was fucking bullshit.
There you go.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know why that keeps happening.
No, you're good.
Like Jim Sterling fucked over Hellblade's review because he fucking had a user error. Like he was a dumbass and he fucked over the Hellblade review, but he ended up actually pulling the review, which is good. It raised the score from like a 74 to like an 80 something, which where it should be. But his incompetence as a gamer led to almost the tanking of that review. Did y'all hear about the Jim Sterling thing?
I don't pay attention to Jim Sterling, dude.
Okay, well, you know on like Metacritic how they take basically the aggregate score of every one of the verified game reviewers and then make an overall score, right?
Yeah, I know that.
I'm asking Brim because I know you just said so.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is actually a verified game reviewer. So whatever he scores, like if he scores a game 7 out of 10, it can actually affect the Metacritic's overall rating for the actual gaming critic side, not the user side. So whenever normally he's actually a normal, pretty good reviewer. Like he has some strict, strict policies when it comes to like reviews. Like he's very, very has to have this, it has to have that. He's very set in his ways in that. But with Hellblade, when Hellblade came out, there was a thing that basically happened that the Hellblade is basically a game talking about mental health. The girl that you play as has psychosis. She has voices in her head. She's schizophrenic, and so while you're listening and playing, you're having all these voices tell you different things in your head and going around. But once you get to a certain point in the game, before you continue, it says you're touched by this god or whatever, and it starts rotting your arm, and it says, from this point forward, every time you die, that rot will continue up your arm, and once it reaches your character's brain, your game is over and your save file will be deleted.
What?
This was put there by Ninja Theory, the people who created it, put there in order to put the player in a heightened and anxious state going into playing the game. It was never actually a thing. So you could die as many times as you wanted to. Nothing ever happened. No big deal. But they made the end user nervous to die. So therefore, it kind of put them in a heightened awareness or a heightened mental state that the character was actually in anyway. So people were complaining about that. Well, he was one of them. Well, then he went to play the game, and he went into one part where it was dark. Well, there's a torch there that you're supposed to walk up to and grab, but he didn't do that. he continued walking past the torch into the dark area where he couldn't see shit. And he said that the game had a game-breaking glitch, a game-breaking bug, and he was pissed off about it, and he rated the game a 1 out of 10. So that tanked the overall reviews from like an 8 out of 10 overall to basically like barely out of 7, like 6.9 to 7.0 out of 10 for the overall critic side of it. Well, people
sounds like something Dark Side Phil would do, honestly.
Yeah, people gave Jim Sterling hell because remember he did something similar to Zelda Breath of the Wild, but his complaints on that were actually legitimate, and he basically gave it an 8 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 like everybody else, which lowered it by 1 point. It didn't actually lower it in a whole nother bracket. But this one he gave a 1 out of 10 because he fucked up in the game. And so people naturally gave him hell, like was tweeting at him and like harassing him like crazy to the point where he actually removed his review from Metacritic, and it brought the score back up to like an 84 overall 84 out of 10, which I'm actually glad that happened. But I would never be like that as a game reviewer, because just like I did with my tomorrow, you'll see my Tacoma review. Like ever since I bought Tacoma, there was a game-breaking glitch, and as soon as you start the game up, like it goes to a screen that says press A to start. Well, for the first week of the game's release, that's all that you could do. You couldn't press, as soon as you pressed A, it never did anything. It just sat there at that screen. So I couldn't play the game at all for a week. But I didn't like rank it a 1 out of 10. You'll have to watch the video tomorrow when it gets uploaded at 10. But I tweeted at Tacoma to people who made Tacoma and said, "Look, when is this going to be fixed? Because if it's not going to be fixed anytime soon, I'm going to get a refund from Microsoft because I'm not going to give you $20 when you're not even going to fix the game." And they actually responded and said, I have a feeling that you're going to be pleasantly surprised very soon. And then later that night, there was an actual update on my Xbox console for Tacoma, and I was actually able to play it. Now,
wow.
the game still has a ton of like frames per second problems, where sometimes it'll, Shaner, you know Deadpool, right?
Oh yeah.
The 0 FPS thing. Tacoma does the exact same thing. Like there will be times when the game just stops, like completely.
They fixed Tacoma, now fix fucking Deadpool.
Oh no! Like Tacoma still has those problems. Like the only thing they fixed with Tacoma is being able to get past the intro screen. But now, whenever you're actually playing it, like there'll be times when you're playing it and you just stop, like completely, and then you'll go a little bit and you'll stop again, and then sometimes when you're going and it stops, it'll go and just kick you all the way back to your home screen.
I'm actually surprised that 0 frames is an issue because the human eye can't see frames, obviously.
Oh god!
Dramatic, so.
Oh god!
Hey, yo, real quick. 16 of you motherfuckers that are watching this right now, hit us up on Twitter and send NoobTube Gamer your nudes on Twitter. At Twitter.
Yes, but he is at Mr. NoobTube Gamer.
Because, last time we all got together, this wasn't really this positive. And this has been pretty fucking fun so far. So make sure you hit him up. Give him some love. Give the boy some love. Jesus.
Make sure that whenever he gets the 99 plus notifications, that it's actually a positive 99 plus notifications instead of like saying you're basically an idiot.
Or nudes. Everyone likes nudes.
Yeah.
I'm human garbage.
He's just a boy!
Remember, Rambo's nudes are out there too, but if you're colorblind, you can't see them.
Yes,
you know something crazy though about the whole frags thing and whatever, is that like that whole thing actually kind of carried into real life a little bit because, so you know how like when Rags first made those videos on me, he wasn't really a big YouTuber, but then he got big. And more people knew about him. People actually knew about Rags, like that I knew in real life. And they're like, they actually recognized me from the videos that he made.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, same thing happened. A few years ago, I Hate Everything made a video that I was in, and people recognized me from that too.
And what your friend, what's his name? 1316 Killer made some videos on you.
Yeah.
Your best friend?
Well, that was all. He's really he's not serious. He's more of like a comedic, person. It actually fucked up. Like his channel is like on the brink of getting shut down.
Well, because he does it in a way where there's no way to tell. Like he's expecting the audience to know when he's joking and when he's not.
Yeah. And if you don't know, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and what happens is like...
I get the problem that people have with him. I used to have a problem with him, and then I realized, like, this guy is not serious. Like, from one satire channel to another, I was able to recognize that after a while.
Yeah, but I made a video on him about the Nintendo thing, and that thing is so long ago that I made this video. Like, I don't even remember sometimes that I even made it. And I'll get a notification, like I just got one, I think, last week, that he commented on that. Of course, every time he comments, he's blocked me, so therefore he can't leave a comment, but it gives me the notification that he did. And so I'll drop it down, I'll see the notifications like this trash is still up. Like, I'd be embarrassed to have this on my channel. Like, this shows this guy's stupidity. He's still coming to my channel saying this shit.
Yeah, he commented on one of my videos like a week ago too. Yeah.
Yeah, like, if you're so right and you're so righteous in your satirical behavior, then why are you so bothered that I have this video up that is months old now? Nobody's watching.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about him outside of his character, so I can't really tell you. But yeah, I mean, I understand why people have a problem with him.
Yeah, what he did with what's his name?
Review Tech USA.
No, Brimstone. You're gonna tell me what the guy's name is. The big muscle dude that thinks he's all cool because he's got muscles. He's a hit.
Oh, Dumars?
Solid Rev.
Solid Rev, yeah.
Solid Rev. Yeah, what he did to Solid Rev was fucking priceless. Like, in Solid Rev, like, really took it to heart. Like, he could not handle it.
Well, I mean, come on. Like, the guy was a fucking dumbass with the shit he did with the Destiny 2 pre-order. Like, he kind of deserved that video.
Who's the dumbass?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I had to get Mountain Dew.
Oh, so what did Solid Rev do? I never even... I think I heard you guys talking about this once. I never really paid attention.
So he digitally pre-ordered Destiny 2 to get access to the beta, even though the beta was public a few days later. But he wanted access to the beta, so that's why he pre-ordered it digitally on the PlayStation Store. And when they refused to give him a refund, he made a video about Sony and how they should have given him a refund and all this other shit. Like, it was ridiculous.
And he basically said that all these other platforms, like Steam, he's gotten so many refunds on Steam. Now, mind you, he went to PC around the exact same time I did. So he's only been on PC for about a year and a half. But he's had so many refunds on Steam that Steam actually put him on a watch list. And he was bragging about this. He was actually bragging that Sony is anti-consumer and these other places are very pro-consumer because they allow all these refunds. And he's gotten hundreds of refunds on these other sites, but Sony's anti-consumer because they don't allow it. But even though whenever he pre-ordered Destiny 2, it actually said, warning, you cannot get a refund on this. Do you want to continue? And he said, yeah.
What a dumbass, honestly. And then he made a response video to 1316 Killer saying, oh, if I saw you in real life, I'd kick your ass. Like, fucking internet tough guy. I hate that shit. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Really? So he got all pissed off about it? Really? He's being a fucking retard. He doesn't expect anybody to say anything?
He's like a fucking... He's in his mid-30s and he's taking this shit way too seriously.
He acted like a damn child over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
like, what kind of fucking grown-ass man is going to say, I'm going to beat you up over the internet? Like, shut the fuck up. Come on.
Well, you're talking about somebody that fucking, he all intentional purposes was a part of what I would call the first generation of the PlayStation Legion. Like, this guy was such a hardcore fanboy when it came to the Sony shit. It was ridiculous. And he's another, what I'd call bipolar gamer, who goes out, buys a ton of shit, returns it, and wash, rinse, and repeat, and does this all the time. I mean...
One thing I will say, though, going back to 1316 Killers, that he's really good at what he does, getting under people's skin.
Oh, yeah.
He got Review Tech USA. Like, 1316 Killer has 20,000 subscribers. But he kept making videos about Review Tech USA, like, nonstop. He actually got under Review Tech's skin, and Review Tech USA made videos on him. He got, like, 600,000 subscribers making videos on, like, a dude with 20,000. That's just... Yeah, gotta give him props, because he was able to get under a big YouTuber skin enough to him to make videos on him.
But here's the thing, though. Now, I've got a few friends of my own that have done videos on him where he's actually gone in and flagged their videos down. So for him to be this, satirical channel, you shouldn't be flagging other people's channels down when they're just doing to you what he's done to everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I never heard anything about that, actually, about him flagging people. Interesting.
Yeah.
Because he's gotten flagged.
Yeah, he got flagged by Grimsprint.
Which one?
B Shadows Gaming.
Wait, B Shadows flagged him?
Oh God, yeah. Flagged like 3 of his videos because B Shadows was a fucking idiot and a fanboy, and 1316 Killer exposed him, and shit, he flagged all 3 of his videos, and he had like these I think 2 strikes against him, and he actually had to appeal them and everything like that. Like B Shadows Gaming is a, I'm sorry, like I know you thought like you know him as whenever he was cool or whatever, but he's like full on fucking retard now, like full on Xbot retard.
Oh boy.
And 1316 Killer exposed it because he said that he works in the gaming industry, but he works at he works at Best Buy, and he said that every time you walk into a store anywhere, a Walmart, a Best Buy, a Target, Sony has no games on the shelves. There's no games at all on the PlayStation side. There's never any games. Like, it's always bare, empty. And we're like going, what? Like, huh? Like, how are you saying this whenever you can literally walk into a fucking store and see hundreds of games on the shelf? Like, how are you? Like, he's basically saying the media. He was basically saying like the media is don't want Sony to fail, so they're actually perpetrating basically what CNN is doing to Donald Trump to Sony.
Oh my God!
They're
putting down everything, all the other competition, and praising Sony, even though Sony has literally no games at all. He's basically, yeah. I mean, it was bad. Like, and B Shadows flagged this channel down, and it was pretty bad. B Shadows then turned his Twitter, like protected his Twitter to where you can't see his tweets unless he approves you, and he removed all the videos off of YouTube. But a lot of people like downloaded the video from 1316 Killer, and it's been re-uploaded several times on YouTube. And yeah, I mean, it was B Shadows was really bad on that.
So here's the thing.
That's like JTech level shit.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Wow.
With B Shadows, he never used to be this way. The B Shadows that I remember, like, this dude used to have a series called Play Games, Not Companies. And it was a good series for the most part. He would explain why it's unhealthy to get into the mindset of being a drone or a bot or a fucking Nintendo fanboy. Like, he would actually go into really good talking points as to why it's not healthy, and now that's really disappointing, because I haven't really kept up with him in a while, and that sucks, because he used to not be that way. He used to be pretty open-minded, actually, and used to be pretty intelligent. I don't know what the hell happened.
He is like,
but now he's in the alt-right. They got him.
They got him.
He's in the alt-right of console games. He's lost
PlayStation nationalism or some shit, right? Or Xbox nationalism, something like that.
Oh, that sucks.
It's really weird, because I mean, the shit he was saying was like, you couldn't even make this shit up and still believe it in your head. I mean, because it was so far fetched that, like, the shit. I mean, it was like, how do you get to this? Like, how do you say that Walmart has no PlayStation games when Walmart has plenty of PlayStation games? Like, how do you say that, like, Xbox sales are really double what they are, but the media only reports them where they are to make sure Sony stays on top?
Why would they bother, doing that, though? It's just a fucking piece of plastic. It's one thing if it's politics, because they're trying to push a narrative, but what benefits them to lie about fucking sales for pieces of fucking plastic? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like...
It's ridiculous.
But then he would say Sony is actually completely bankrupt. They're broke. They're on their last string. They're on their last dollar. But somehow the media is doing all this for PlayStation for free? Like, they're not...
Well, that's not... Well, the whole thing about Sony is not entirely a lie, because PlayStation's really their only profitable thing going on. Like, their other electronics sell pretty bad.
The only thing that's making money for Sony right now is PlayStation and their music.
Yeah, and their Sony Pictures, I think, too.
Well, no, Sony Pictures is doing pretty bad, too.
Oh, yeah, Emoji Movie.
But... like PlayStation, though, even though that they're having all these troubles, they're actually this year are expected to turn the largest profit since 1995. Like, set a record setting for the company. Like, we're talking back when the first PlayStation launched. So that says a lot about the state of PlayStation now. So I don't know. Like the people that are like anti-PlayStation they're like some sort of like toxic virus. I don't understand how you can call yourself a gamer but then be so against a gaming company.
Because PlayStation has no games, dude. Don't you know?
Yeah, I understand having a preference for your system, but I don't understand to the point of like basically like negating every last thing and trying to downplay every last thing the other company is doing. It doesn't seem to go well with like the gamer standpoint.
Yeah.
And K Mega responded back to Black Bond today because we were all actually in a tweet chain, and K Mega was talking about this guy named All Day Digital. He's an Xbox gamer, has like 100-some-thousand gamer score, and K Mega has like a 50,000 some gamer score, and he's like, K Mega was talking shit about All Day, saying, yeah, but you've had your account since 2005, so you should be way higher than 110,000, and I've only had mine since 2010. And so I put mine in there, and I'm like a 7,000 away from K Mega, and I was like, but I've only had mine since 2014. So what does that say about you? I'm the PlayStation gamer, remember? And I was like, and so he like, I guess that sparked Black Bond to come in there and start talking. Well, then he responded back to Black Bond that said, he said it was meant to be while you're taking jabs at me, but his phone auto-corrected the word jabs to japs. And I'm sorry, but nobody's phone will autocorrect to a racial slur unless you are using that racial slur very many times. And another guy trying to defend K Mega was like, jabs isn't even a racial slur to Japanese people. And I was like, I'm thinking the Japanese people might have a different, concept of what that might mean.
I shall commit Sudoku! Jesus Christ.
Like, I responded to him, he's like, well, no, the racial slur for Japanese is like book and whatever. And I'm
no.
I was like, you do realize that there is more than one racial slur for each ethnicity? It's not like just like some magic word. And somebody actually responded to him and said, what if a black developer made a game and people called it the niggas game? I don't want any of those nigga games. Would that bother you? And the guy was like, well, yeah, they're calling us niggers. And like, well, yeah, then don't call people Japs because they make Japanese games. Like, that's just not right. Like, if
who called who a Jap? I take offense to that.
K-Mega was his phone auto-corrected Jabs for Japs.
Really? The phone auto-corrected to a racial slur? I don't think so.
The only way that happens is if he uses that racial slur in his writings on his phone a lot.
Yep.
So what you're saying is he's racist?
He responded was like, when have you ever heard me use the word Japs? And I'm like, well, come on, dude. Like, you expect us to believe that your phone just all of a sudden said, instead of like you writing Jabs, like your phone just said, you know what, he really means Japs. Like, he's never said it in his life, but yeah, that's what he means.
I would have said, bitch, I'm not in your private text messages. I don't know what the fuck you tell people.
It was pretty damn clear. With like, there's no way that your phone autocorrects a word for a racial slur without you saying the racial slur over and over again.
Did I ever tell you guys that? So one of my older videos from when I was the console king got taken down for hate speech.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got.
Wow.
It was like 2 months ago. It was an older video from like the beginning of the year.
Well, if you mentioned us in it, I'm sorry, you got what's coming to you. I'm just...
it was like, I think it was about Rags or someone, and it got taken down and it got flagged as hate speech like 2 months ago. So I'm still banned from live streaming on YouTube.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
That could actually be YouTube's new algorithm, because they put in place new rules in their stuff, like what can be said and shit like that. Because Titanfall Princess actually had an 8-month-old video get flagged and taken down by YouTube and shit. Like, she said, I forgot it was even there. Like,
well, you guys are making the wrong content, because Geek Essentials has been a channel since late 2014, and there's been hundreds of videos uploaded on this bitch, and not one of them has ever been flagged as not advertiser friendly or taken down. So,
and a lot of those videos are not advertiser friendly, and they probably should be taken down.
I know. Well, there are shitpost videos describing anal sex, yet they're still there.
Well, don't be surprised. Are advertiser friendly. They're just one of them got taken down randomly.
Don't be surprised if one of your videos doesn't start getting taken down, because the more and more they go through it, especially with your title being shitpost. Because I found that most people that have like a certain title, that's the ones they go and check out. Like the humans go out and check out. So
no, it just said shitpost. It was something about PC gaming. It wasn't like, I wasn't like wishing for a fucking genocide against PC gamers. Like, how is it fucking hate speech?
Right.
Well, I mean, what was in your tags?
I don't even use tags. I don't think on my videos really.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know what the fuck. Someone must have actually like manually flagged it, and they watched it and took it down for some reason. I don't get it though. It makes no sense. Like, I understand why on my political channel I got a hate speech strike for saying that transgender is a mental illness.
It kind of is.
And all my videos, every single one of my videos are not advertiser friendly. I make 50 cent political channel. Because of the advertiser friendly.
It is actually a mental illness, but they want us to believe that it's not. Like,
but it fucking is. Like,
yeah.
Well, I don't like my wiener anymore. I need to have a slit in my crotch.
But that's normal. Okay.
Vertical smile.
What was funny is my wife today was like, "You can't do a podcast and hold a baby." And I was like, "No, I'm not that talented." She goes, I can, and I was like, well, that's because you're a woman. And she said, you're racist. I was like, race? I was like you're a female. Like, how does that? She's like, it can be whatever I want it to be now in 2017.
That's true. She could be her very own race, Rambo, and you don't know it.
I was like, yep, there you go. I was like, shit, I'm gonna be in trouble now, because shit, now women are a race.
Oh boy.
And what do you mean you can't hold a baby and do a podcast? I can do that, and I'm not a woman.
Are you sure, Shane?
Well,
I have done that.
I mean,
I can't do that. First of all, I can't. I'm not like if I was at my desk, I could, because I'd be sitting down. But I'm standing up, and I'm standing up, and like the baby's weight on my back is way too much.
Well, I've
never done it standing up.
You gotta remember, Shane. Like he's an invalid, so I mean, there's that. He's old. He's crusty as fuck. He can barely feel his legs when he's having sex. I mean,
bro, I have my baby at my desk so much that she's probably better at Call of Duty than all of us put together. Let's just put it that way.
I don't let any of my kids get near my equipment.
Oh, dude, his baby can always say "fuck you" and "you're a noob." I bought my kids their own laptop and stuff, so that way they stay the hell away from mine.
No, the worst thing she does is Brim taught her how to spit on people, so she does that.
Yes, I mean, whenever like Hitler died in 1976, and I was reborn in his image. Y'all just were told about his death like a long time ago, but it really happened in 1976.
Oh yeah, he fled to Argentina or some shit, right?
Yeah, he was in cryogenic state for a while, and then the cryogenics tube broke in 1976 on July 28th, actually, as a matter of fact. And his soul flew into my body whenever I was being born. So that's how I became me. So
what? How you became Hitler?
Yes.
Oh.
I shaved my mustache just like that too.
That's interesting.
Gotta keep up appearances.
I wonder if I started doing my reviews with the Hitler mustache, if people would really flip the fuck out.
Oh, you know something really fucked up I do? I play UFC, the video game on the PS4, and I created a fighter that looks just like Hitler. The mustache, the hair, everything. And I also, you can have, custom logos. I put a fucking swastika and an armband on him, and people get, really pissed off.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of funny, alright?
It's fucking hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I'm creating a transgender wrestler in WWE 2K16.
Gluten free.
Oh, I created Caitlyn Jenner in 2K17.
Gluten free.
That's just too gluten free. You got to make sure they're gluten free, because they're not cool if they're not gluten free.
Vegan too.
Okay, vegan. That's pushing it. That's one I don't understand. That the gluten thing, I get it.
Fucking crazy.
Vegans, they're save an animal, eat a tree. What the fuck? I mean, come on.
Even though a tree is part of what makes the animal survive, so technically you're still eating the animal.
Yeah, it's worse than that whole, save a horse, ride a cowboy thing the redneck bitches use. I mean, come on.
So if, we need to take my little icon with my red bandana and put a swastika in there.
Give you a little Hitler mustache? I am learning how to use a drawing tablet. I've been practicing on 2 different ones. And what I'm trying to learn is tracing, because I'm really not a very good, free-handed drawer type person. So I could put the swastika maybe on your headband and definitely give you a Hitler mustache. But would you mind if the Hitler mustache resembled poop?
Probably not. I mean, it'll still have the same effect.
It'll just be smelly.
Oh, what I could do is welcome back to Hitler's Corner, and today I am...
I can see that working for you, man.
I wonder what... I can see me getting shut down.
No, man, you have to be like, hey, guys, this is Hitler's Corner. I'm reporting to you live from Auschwitz. Yeah, baby!
Yo, it's your boy, Hitler's Corner.
But I think that's honestly
shut up and
the
get
best
in the
way
oven.
to fight extremism is to just joke about it. You know what I mean? Joke about Hitler and joke about all these other people. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. People get offended, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
What I can do is play with live stream with my green screen behind me and put a picture of Auschwitz behind me with a bunch of revive symbols.
Reporting to you live from Auschwitz. Man, the smoke is really thick today, Bob. Yeah, you're not getting there. Good thing we got these oil reserves to finish off these bodies, man. Yeah, I tell you what, it's gonna be a great white Christmas this year, boys.
Just
the
hopefully your employer doesn't find that shit.
I know, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that be playing like PUBG or not PUBG, but like Call of Duty, and have like the background behind me having a bunch of revive symbols above in Auschwitz.
Jesus Christ! Oh.
Yeah, that's like if you joke about it, like you're a part of the problem too. But I don't jokes like.
I joke around. Well, we always joke about racism on the server, though. We always joke around about saying that shit.
Racism and sexism and whatever, and not like, well, that's because it doesn't affect you. But I'm like, black comedians do it too. It doesn't matter.
So
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean I used to say like, you know, fucking fucked up jokes all the time, like racist jokes and shit.
Yeah. Hitler's Corner sounds like an awesome name for a bagel shop. Remember I brought up the Hitler dog. I mean that
and dog, sir. Hog and dog.
One joke that I thought was like funny when I was a kid, it was like, oh, so there's a black man in my family tree and he's still hanging.
Yeah, I think that was like everybody's favorite joke at one point though. Like I remember when that shit used to be said a lot. And I was like, come on guys, I've heard that one like a million times. I know it's funny, but Jesus.
Oh, did you know?
It's funny, like making fun of, you know, all those different people. It is. I don't like. It'd be one thing if you were like serious, like, oh, I want them to die or to be lynched.
Bro,
you're just joking about it.
Dude, I got a coworker who is Mexican, and the other day I called him Venezuelan. Like,
just like Junie, we call him Jamaican to fuck with him.
Yeah, he's actually he's from the islands too. That's what's funny. Like we joke, and you know what's great is the guy knows I'm joking. I've known the guy for like a little over 4 years now. I work with him. Great guy, nicest fucking person ever. I don't have any problems with this guy, and he knows that I'm joking around. I'm like, "Hey, ¿qué pasa, Venezuelan?" Like he's like, "What the fuck?"
Orale.
I'm like, "Hey, you want me to call you Cuban or Argentinian?" He's like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna fucking kill you, eh?"
You just need to learn how to take a fucking joke, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your actual character, because like most of my friends, or at least half of my friends, are black. You know what I mean? And like most of my friends are minorities. So if I really was a racist and I really hated black people, I'd be a pretty bad one. I'd be a pretty bad racist.
If there's more of them than you're the minority. You ever think about that? Total mindfuck.
No, one thing you got to remember, because I've been told on my Twitter that you can be a white supremacist and have a black girlfriend.
Oh, the Sharik! That Sharik guy, right? The Sharik dude, whatever his fucking name is.
Whatever his name is,
Tariq Nasheed.
Oh, that guy's a fucking retard, dude.
No, this one guy.
That makes no sense, though, because white supremacists believe in, like, against race mixing. But that's what you're doing if you have a black...
If you're dating Shaniqua, you hand over your, racism card. I mean, you're done.
Okay, but wait a minute. Yeah. It gets even better. He said, to prove this, he said, white slave owners back in the day had black women that they were in relationships with us. You mean the ones that they fucking raped? And he's like, oh no, he's like, they didn't really rape them.
It wasn't consensual.
It was consensual. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. I was like, no, they weren't. Like, what part of history did you not?
There was very few of them that they fell in love with, and they've done documentaries on. There's like literally like 2 out of like 1,000 fucking slave owners that fucking actually fell in love, and it was a consensual relationship. Motherfuckers are trying to...
but definitely not the norm.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
The rest of them were like, "You want to eat? Suck my dick." I mean, that's how.
Yes.
What do you guys think about?
Wait. You mean we're not supposed to tell that to our girlfriends? when did this happen? This is some bullshit.
Yeah. What were you trying to say, YouTube?
Oh yeah, no, I was just talking. So Battlefield 1 has like a black soldier on the cover.
Yeah.
Of the game, even though there were like maybe like 5 black people in actual World War I.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, what do you think about that? Do you think that's like the whole diversity thing is like affecting gaming?
Oh yeah.
No, actually no, because that was actually a thing. That I can't remember the name of the squad, but they actually did.
If you play Battlefield 1, like all the soldiers are diverse, like in every battle. You know what I mean?
That was fake because they weren't. There wasn't a big prevalence. But the big thing about Battlefield 1 was that there was black soldiers on the opposite side. And that's where that
also in the new Call of Duty game, you can be a black woman fighting for the Nazis.
German, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that happened.
I didn't know there were black women Nazis.
The most fucked up part, they advertise the game is historically accurate, and they do this shit.
No, I got a question for you guys. So this is something that's been sort of coming back up due to the whole Confederate statue thing. So I got a question for you guys. What do you guys think about the Confederate flag when people say it's about heritage? Now, me personally, I'll tell you what my opinion is first before you answer. Me personally, I don't think anybody has the right to tell you what your heritage is when you understand it better than somebody else that hasn't lived it and trying to determine to you what your heritage is.
Right.
Sure.
So what do you think?
I'm a very much a pro-heritage person because I look at it. I don't look at it for what it's turned into, perverted. But the very beginning of it was actually simply standing up to the United States government. It was a rebel flag. It was
states' rights. Yeah, it was a battle flag. Yeah.
And I look at it as like more heritage from being from the South than I do anything else. I think it should stay. I think it's just as much part of our history as anything else. There's been more people die at the hands of that American flag than there has been at the hands of the Confederate flag.
That's the thing. It's like, can somebody, or are we to allow people to take pride in the good parts of their people's or countries or whatever's history? And it's not that they're ignoring the bad parts, it's just that they're not idolizing those parts. Can you admire George Washington or Thomas Jefferson or whoever for the good things that they did, while understanding that sure that some of them might have owned slaves or whatever it was? Are we really not going to allow people to do that? Like, do we have to literally erase all of history because Nikola Tesla was crazy, and because Thomas Edison was a fucking asshole who tried to shut everybody who competed with him down and shit? Like, come on.
So what I have to say about this whole thing, the whole argument that the flag represents slavery and so many people were enslaved under the Confederate flag, but you can make the argument, well, even more people were enslaved, under America than the Confederacy. And then to the whole argument that, these people were rebels and we can't honor them, it's like, well, you can also make the argument then that you shouldn't honor Native American heritage because they were our enemies too, and we defeated them.
Okay, wait a minute. Does nobody actually remember the part of history that's very, very important in this whole discussion? That the United States gave clemency to all the Confederate soldiers and actually made them honorary U.S. veterans.
I remember that, yeah.
Yep.
So, they're actually, when they're tearing down the statue, they're not tearing down the statue of a loser, they're tearing down the statue of a U.S. veteran.
Yep.
Now there's actually a petition.
I actually forgot about that, Rambo. Good catch, dude. I forgot all about that.
There's actually a petition in my state that they want to rename Robert E. Lee School because it's promoting racism. And somebody actually on Twitter said a Holocaust survivor going to school in Germany named Hitler High School is the same as a black person going to Robert E. Lee High School. And I was like, no, because see, like, your very distinction here was Holocaust survivor. So that means that this person actually survived Hitler. Any black person going to school today has never survived racism. I mean, survived
Robert E. Lee.
Yeah. So
that's such a dumb argument, though. There's so many people. We need reparations. People demanding reparations for what happened to their ancestors or some shit. Like, It's so dumb.
And you know what's funny about all this, right? So during the time that these statues are being torn down, videos of people in the South, black families, like they have Facebook videos. Just look it up. There's tons of Facebook videos where they're talking about how that is a perfect reminder as to why we should treat people better. And it's a perfect reminder that the South will always respect one another. Like, that's, I mean, I don't know what is wrong with that. Like,
and Cyrus...
To have history. No, that's right. Just to, to have a symbol of history in your home to make sure that it's never repeated in your household ever. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? I don't see anything wrong with that.
And Cyrus, the government should actually not only honor the individual, but they also should honor the Confederacy, because that was actually one of the big things that makes America so great, is that actually we can actually stand up to our government.
Yeah.
That was... I mean,
that was kind of the point, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the point. That was the whole point.
I mean, yeah, it was wrong. I mean, I know we all know slavery is wrong, but let's fucking be honest here. Like, a lot of it had to do with fighting for their own fucking rights. And yes, it was right to keep slaves. Don't get me wrong, but the idea to rise up against a government that was meaning to control them.
Yes, I mean, it was like the whole Civil War was not based on I want slaves, you don't want me to have slaves, because the North fucking had slaves.
Even after the fucking Declaration was signed.
Yeah, slavery was a like tacked on with the Civil War. The Civil War was basically saying we don't want you to rule us, and they wanted their own union, and they formed the Confederates. Like the only reason that people say that slavery was the reason for that is because the slaves were like at a much higher rate in the South than they were in the North, but that's not the reason why the slaves wanted to hold on. I mean, the Confederates wanted to hold on to their rights. They just didn't want the government. They didn't like where the government was headed. Like, so that's the reason why that the Confederates were actually formed.
Well, it's like you said. I mean, as soon as the fucking thing was signed, the North still owned slaves for how long after that?
Yeah, that's the ironic part. They just ignored that part.
And they also ignored the fact that these slaves, not all of them were treated badly. A lot of these slaves were actually farmhands that took up arms to defend their lands.
No, wait, no, Cyrus, no. The Southern economy was definitely based on slavery, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was
that wasn't the main issue, no.
No, that was an issue. But the main issue was they did not want to take orders from somebody so distant from them in their livelihood. Basically, like, we're taking orders. That's the reason why states' rights exist today.
Did you
because of the fact that
do what?
I'm sorry.
Did you hear what?
No. Okay, so you know the people who wrote the people who are in charge of the Game of Thrones show are making another show after Game of Thrones about like if the Confederacy won the Civil War.
Oh,
and there are
Lord,
people protesting. Yeah, there are people protesting and shit. Oh, this shouldn't be allowed. This is racist or whatever. Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh no, they've actually said they're trying to, like, anybody who's a Civil War reenactor is a white supremacist, and they're actually going to try to like storm the and protest their reenactments when they have it down there.
You know, they have a show. They have a show right now where it's what if Germany won the war, and it's on Amazon, I think. It's something in the castle.
The Man in the High Castle.
Yes, yeah, dude,
it's a good show.
It is awesome, bro. Like, that shit is so brutal. It is unbelievably brutal.
Whoa,
but
the Charlottesville thing. Sorry to interrupt. They're throwing acid in people's eyes now, bro.
What?
Who?
The Antifa people.
Yeah, they're throwing acid in each other's eyes. That's
but guess what? But guess what? The news will say that it was provoked and it's okay.
Yeah, I know they will. Fucking scumbag! Fucking CNN. I hate them so much.
Yeah, I've been sort of like battling it out with their fucking anchor, and I really can't stand that. Some of the dude, like, ooh, Twitter has been my war ground for CNN. Huh?
You know that see, you guys know that like Full House has reruns on Nick at Night every night. They beat CNN in the ratings.
That's funny.
You are worse than an 80s sitcom.
Well, but the new one though, I mean, Fuller House, Stephanie has got some chance of the same.
Just saying.
Rambo knows what I'm talking about.
Today's for days.
Netflix exclusive.
Yeah, the Civil War thing, like everybody should be able to like expand on that, like to be able to like what HBO wants to do with like what if the South would have won? What would life be like then? What would I'm sure
it's interesting.
It's not going to turn into like, oh, we're glorifying slavery. I'm sure they're going to make it to where life is terrible and, you know, and like...
Yeah, they've done this lots of times. This is what V for Vendetta is about. This is, you know, all of it. There's tons of movies and shows and, you know, all
they're
sorts
going to
of
be
different
portraying
games.
the Confederacy as evil. If anything, you think that they'd be on the same side, but no, like anything that has to do with the Confederacy is racist, even though they're portraying the Confederacy as evil and racist. Makes no sense.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like there's no winning with the left right now, the far left. Now, obviously, there's moderate left, and they're okay, but the far left that's actually being the ones that are like right now throwing acid in people's faces and shit like that.
I don't know.
There's no winning with them. As soon as you give them what they want, if you said, okay, we're taking down these statues and we're going to put them in museums, well, then the museum's got to come down. Well, then once you take the museum down, then they're going to move on to something else. It's just like what happened with gay rights. We gave them gay rights. We gave them equal marriage, and now they want trans rights. And then if we give them that, it's going to eventually move to where pedophilia is supposed to be a sexual choice.
No, you're here, bro. I hear you.
They're eventually going to get to where they want pedophilia to be a sexual preference, not a disease.
I'd be like, okay, kill them all. Just kill them. Don't even bring up a bunch of charges. Just kill them. Kill them all. Not even joking. Kill them. Like at that point, I would be right there with Rambo, being literally Hitler. Okay.
Yeah.
I fully admit that.
When it comes to if they ever have any sort of like parades, like going like gay rights parades, but then they have pedophilia rights parades. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be showing up with an AK or something.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm going to jail today, boys.
Like, I'm either going to die or I'm going to go to jail. Shane, I love you. Tell Valerie I love her. We're going out in style, bro.
Before we do that, can we please start chiseling California off the map? I mean,
True. We got to work on that, actually. Do you guys know of any good, cheap labor outside of Home Depot that we could possibly hire these guys from?
We're not that far from the Mexican border. A lot of people hate Trump. They hate the United States. I'm sure if we pay for the jackhammers, we can have it done.
So what do you think? $30 a head? 20?
Yeah, something like shit. You could give them an ice pick, and they would still do it. I mean,
I'm thinking we need to do it though. It's got to be done. We don't need California anymore.
We really don't. Like,
Peter, get the fuck out of there.
Can we like rescue Pete though? Because I do kind of value him. You know what I mean?
No, like what I told Storm Spark. I was like, you got to take one for the team, bud.
No,
dude,
man.
Just go off the coast. It doesn't have to be the valley. The valley's good cheap. It's
when
just
you're done
LA,
floating,
Frisco, San Diego, just them.
No,
when you're done floating into the Pacific, let us know if the weather's similar to Hawaii when you get there. Just
yeah, it's like what we're talking about is we're going to take the fault line and basically just like ignite the fault line to where it just shakes itself off.
Like a bad case of fleas.
Yep. So I mean, we'll give you ample warning to like basically drive across, but like just be careful, be mindful of the workers, to where you don't hit them with your car on the way across the border.
Hey, like I said, we got to rescue Pete. We got to get Storm out of there because I'd feel bad. It's my dude. So we got to rescue our friends.
I feel bad, but it's like that big moral high ground story, like going, do we save one life or do we save many?
No, absolutely not, because we know like many of those lives, whether in California, ain't worth shit.
No, I mean like by saving him, like keep California by saving him, or do we save the rest of the people in the United States by getting rid of California? Like,
well, to be fair, Pete is right. I did grow up in the valley, and there are a lot of good people there. I mean, there's a lot of shitty people there, just like anywhere else. But the good people are really, really good. I mean,
yeah, it's the people that are in like the major hubs, like Los Angeles and
Frisco, Oakland.
Yeah, I could. There's no way I could live in LA. Like I would probably just shoot anybody. I would be one of the stupid people like going around just like sniping people from a distance. Like, oh, there's one.
Oakland for sure is shit. I mean, you guys can drop a bomb on Oakland, and I don't think anyone would give 2 fucks.
Hey, actually, you know what? It's right. You're kind of funny about it. It's not. You're not kind of funny. You're right about that because my team is out of Oakland now. So, yeah, go ahead.
They're coming to Vegas. They're gonna make it the new Oakland.
I still think that's weird, but you know what? Crack-infested neighborhoods. Prostitution rings, I mean, all that shit is going to be right there in Vegas.
Bro, so they'll be right at home. It's not much different than Oakland.
But Oakland is nasty, dude. It's a classy, at least Vegas is a classy broad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I spent 9 days in Oakland once, and I will never go back.
Yeah. Kim Jong-un, if you're listening. LA, Frisco, Oakland, Seattle, Portland.
Just walking to the damn.
We'll call it even, dude. You get to fire missiles and act like a badass. We get to get rid of a whole bunch of nasty places, and then we'll truce it from there.
In the same walk to the corner store, you will be offered to buy drugs and ask if you're selling drugs.
No joke. He's not kidding. That's how it is.
No, he's really not.
I remember my first experiences in Anaheim, dude. It was like that. Like we you know how you can spot an undercover cop from a mile away, right? In Anaheim, like this guy literally,
same person, yeah.
Dude, this guy literally came up to me, and you know I'm a young kid. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I thought this guy wanted to give me a blowjob, because he's like, hey man, you want a blow? And I was like, what?
Which would not have been surprising either. Just saying.
I was like, you want a blow? No, dude, I'm good. And my friend's laughing his ass off, dude, because he knows where my head is. He's all,
I'm not
bro.
into dudes.
He's all, bro. He's a fucking cop trying to ask you if you want drugs, dude. And he says that in front of him, and the guy just runs away. Like I was terrified as a kid. I was like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, this place has its areas that are not good and its people that are not good, but you can at least like take a walk and people will say hi. They won't offer you drugs.
Okay, so so we can save a portion of California.
Really? Which portion?
Pete's portion. I'm declaring now Pete's area of California is safe.
Chisel from like Needles down, that shit can float away, and then go up above Sacramento, like just chisel that shit, and it just Central California, Northern California will become the only California.
Bro.
Yeah, that would.
You know, Needles, but here's the thing, Shane. Like Needles is small enough to where we can take it over.
Yeah, I know. That shit's only 25 minutes from me.
And it's already got burnt buildings as part of the neighborhood, so it's not like we'd be really doing anything wrong to the place. In fact, the damages we'd be doing to it, Shane, possibly make it look better. So I'm just saying.
Bro, it's got burnt buildings and a weed dispensary that's in some kind of fucking shack with a weed whacker and a rake. So it is.
Oh, shit. Hey, weed! What do you think about weed? No, NoobTube? Like, are you for it or against it, man?
Oh, he's gone, bro.
God damn it!
Where'd he go?
He left.
Did
like, willingly?
I don't know. But, like, I assume so because the last couple times he dropped or whatever, he just went right back into audience. And he's not there, so...
Yeah, he's not even
online.
He
just had to bounce or something.
Metrox is down there. You want to pull him up?
Yeah, we pull him up. Just a second.
There was a. You know who Jeffrey Downer is? Like they always called him the Downer. He's an Xbox fan.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, well somebody tweeted to Phil Spencer and he was like, Xbox Gamescom a major one this year or just showing off new games? And Phil said, we're doing something we haven't done in a while at Gamescom. It'll be different from what fans expect, but I'm excited. And this Downer guy goes, By doing something, do you mean showing up to the event? I was like, damn, man.
Hey,
Like
Metro, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go.
What's up, fucker?
Oh, what's up, fucker?
Speaking of fucker, what you been doing with your boyfriend today?
Sucking that dick.
No, that was yesterday.
The other day, yeah, yesterday, you know, him and his boyfriend were doing, I'm not even going to imagine it or think about it, but
sucking the wiener.
While they were doing that, Jamie, Gamer Dragon, which is his boyfriend, took it upon himself to tell everyone in the Discord server what they were doing. So at that moment, Brimstone, because they're in the same house as Brimstone, apparently is yelling at them, fucking with them, like, you know, when they're balls deep, making them giggle and shit. I figured I'd get in on that fun, so I'm blowing up his boyfriend's phone, sending him random thumbs up and laugh out loud on Facebook Messenger. So I hope you guys had a memorable time.
Yo, all I gotta say is nothing is funnier when your bros are sucking each other off and they got giggle dick syndrome.
That shit was funny though. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
So it sounds like ha ha ha, like
It wasn't like that.
Yo, bitches, retweet us on Twitter, please. I appreciate it. But during that retweet, can you send the message to Rambo's Corner saying, "Show me the dick"? Thank you.
Show me the D, nigga.
No.
And if you put daddy on there, that's also optional. Just saying.
he loves being called daddy.
Loves it. Loves it.
Oh, and if you have a pet tarantula, put that on your dick. He loves them.
Oh yeah.
Actual fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, we forgot to tell everybody. He's got arachnophobia like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, no.
Did you see the spider slippers I tagged him in on Twitter?
Yeah, he
on
was like,
Facebook?
he was like, just cut my feet off at that point.
Oh, that's fucked.
I've jumped out of a moving car with my family. I mean, but with my family in the car.
Over a fucking spider?
Yes.
He's like, fuck it, I'm out. I hope you guys survive.
I don't play the spider thing, man. I don't know. But luckily, my wife reacted and turned off the car, and you know it came to a slow stop. But
were you driving?
Yeah.
Oh god, dude, that's horrible.
Yes.
Right?
You would fuck over your entire family over a goddamn spider.
I don't fuck with spiders, man. Like I don't understand. Like what? Like that's just there's no. Like no. It's either me or them, and it ain't me.
This is the one time I can accept it. I can accept saying that you a bitch, nigga.
Bro, Rambo would have like a 50 cal over, like blowing his house up over a fucking daddy long legs. I mean.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I would shoot holes in the wall to, like, just hope my kid like duck.
His house will look like Swiss cheese, but he goes, "Did I get the fucking spider? Is it still dead?"
Did I fucking win?
Did I win? Did I get him, guys? Did I get him? I don't see the house anymore.
I can't do spiders, man. Like I just can't.
That's it. Brim and I and Metrox are saving up some money, and we're going to take Rambo on an all expenses paid vacation to Australia.
Nah, I wouldn't go. Like, there's like, hell no.
Fuck ton of knives if I gotta go there. Hell no.
I would if I went to there. Like I would have to stop. Like on the way, like the airport would have to give me weapons and flamethrowers and everything else. Cause like,
come on, mate, it's the land down under.
Oh god, their fucking spiders are huge, dude.
They have shit down like spiders that can carry fucking animals.
They can carry fucking babies on their back if they wanted to.
And I'm good, man. Like I would literally just I would stay at the airport. I'd just be like, okay, I'm here. I came to Australia. I'm back on. I'm going home.
This fucking guy. He's like, yo, can you see? I could totally imagine Rambo fucking screaming like a girl when he first sees his huntsman spider just chilling near him. He'd be like, no, this is not happening today.
Spiders are a whole nother thing with me. Like I can't. I just luckily like on the car thing we were on the side road, so we weren't past, but.
But if you were on an interstate, you still would have done.
Oh yeah, I would have done. Yeah, I don't. It don't matter. Like it.
That's fucked.
Spiders. I've moved because of spiders.
Really?
Yes.
He's like, this is a great place, rent's cheap, but that's it. Come on, pack your bags.
You're like,
I don't even bug the cobwebs in my house. I just let them chill because they eat all the flies.
Yeah.
And
Yep, same
Oh, no,
here. Same
my
here.
girlfriend calls them my spider bros.
My wife takes care of those because I can't even do that.
Dude, like, hey Metro, there's webs up in my ceiling in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even fuck with that.
Don't worry, Metro. It's not big enough for you to be eaten yet, so you're safe.
Spiders like the spawn of Satan. I'm fully believing that like the Bible, like the translation was bad, and they weren't saying snake, they were saying spider.
You put snakes in the same damn category for me.
Oh no, snakes are cool. Like we're good with snakes. I can.
You're good with a snake that can strangle you, bite you, but you're not good with a daddy long leg.
I'm not good with snakes though.
I'm not good with those little green tree spiders. Those little big tiny green ones.
Oh, those jump.
There was one in the corner of my, like I was in my car at work one day smoking, and there was one inside my, between my side view mirror and my car, and some girl came out and talked to me or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, look at the spider," and I was like, "I was out the passenger side. I climbed out and went out the passenger side."
He had to call for a ride that day because he wasn't going to drive his car home.
Left my keys in the car, left the windows down, and I was out. Like I was like, "Cool, it's good, it's yours." None, and
Clean title. Here you go.
She killed it for me, so it was good.
Oh Lord, see, I'm more scared of the ones that are a little more clear, because I've seen like a very like whitish clear spider before, and like last second that bitch almost bit me.
Hey Cyrus, the one thing that you don't remember ever seeing in a Rambo movie is a fucking spider.
It's because you shot them all.
No, it's because even Rambo was scared of spiders.
Speaking of bugs and shit, the fleas out here in this area have now tested positive for the plague. So, Metro, you feel anything biting you, man?
No.
Okay, cats are 10 times likely more to carry those particular fleas. So,
see,
we both have cats.
See, when you told Jamie that all that shit did was make me fucking paranoid, fuck you.
So that sore throat you have might not be from deep throat and Jamie. You could have the plague.
That shit's gone, dude.
Did you hear about the zombie caterpillars?
Are you talking? No, you're talking about the parasite that goes into caterpillars, right? And insects alike.
No, it was they were zombie caterpillars. They were getting the whatever that zombie disease is, whatever. They're getting that, like the one caterpillar would crawl up to he would be infected, crawl up to the top of the caterpillar nest, and explode, and then it would poison the rest of the caterpillars in the nest, and every one of them would end up having this like zombie like disease, and they would crawl up and infect more and infect more and infect more and infect more. It was spreading like that.
I tried to smoke bath salts for that.
Apparently they did. Apparently maybe they just got themselves into bath salts.
This shit sounds like some bullshit out of Left 4 Dead or something.
Hey, Jay Caesar wants to know if it's cool if he joins for a bit.
Yeah, pull him up.
I can't pull him up. He'd have to just jump in there and one of y'all would have to
get it. Oh yeah, get in
phone.
here, Jay, and then we'll pull you up.
You got to get in the audience, man.
You got to be in the audience to pull you up.
Do you know what I am saying?
Speaking of Jay, whatever happened to Jay Centric, man?
Huh?
He has been on this like Ark Survival
I
kick
don't know.
for like months now.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually been playing games though.
That's good. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm proud of him. He's finally played a game.
Yeah, I was like, for like the first year of talking to him, like he talked, but he never saw him online. And now all of a sudden, like he's actually every time I'm on
Ark Survival every day.
Yeah, he's like playing the shit out of Ark Survival.
All right, Jay, just jump in and we'll put you up.
Hey,
he has a
Jay.
He has a terrible.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, he just has a a terrible choice in the devs that he supports, but I'll give him at least the fact that he's playing games.
Oh, are you talking about his Microsoft choice?
Dude,
No,
fuck Ark Survival.
Ark Survival. Ark Survival is like a game that no matter what, like even if it was free for download for like Games of Gold or PlayStation Plus, I still wouldn't even download it.
That shit stresses my computer. My computer can run most everything.
It's not even about that. It's about the way they handled their whole thing. Like, there's no way in hell that I would even.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I would never let that thing, because it would still count as a sell for them if I downloaded it even through the free games with gold or whatever. There's no way in hell I'd do that. I would never let. I'm not giving them any sort of.
That's why you got to get it for free from them. Kiss their ass.
That's how I got it.
Wait, you got it on console or PC?
PC.
In Discord, he's Metal Gear's.
Yeah, I just checked his role. He's got a member role. If he jumps into audience or anywhere, we can pull him up.
Yeah, and send me your picture avatar so I can put you in there. I like to make sure everybody gets accounted for when they're here. So that's another new thing is for any of you guys that want to be special guests. If you want to be a special guest on our show, can you guys please send me your avatars that you use for all your marketing on social media like Twitter or YouTube or even Facebook if you have one. I will put it in here and make you a part of the actual show. Because I don't like it when we have guests in here and, like, nobody knows who the fuck these people are. So it's like, no, we're going to fix that. So.
And speaking of that, I am going to start on the Geek Essentials Facebook page advertising people that have been guests or made things for the Game Talk podcast. So if you haven't, like, if you don't even know that page exists, just I'll put a link somewhere and you guys can go follow it or whatever so you can see all the Game Talk stuff.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, that's a pretty good.
Oh, there he is. He's in audience now.
Oh, I got a code for Conan Exiles for Xbox One.
I'll take it.
He's like, I want that
we
game
need to go Donald Trumping on Xbox One, so
yes.
Brimstone needs it. Yeah.
I need to get that game.
But you did hear that that they on the Xbox, like the Conan Exiles, like they're
There's
taking
no
the
penis.
nudity out of the game.
Oh, what happened?
I don't
Fuck
care.
that.
I don't care about all that stupid shit. That's fine.
Did he pop out?
We need to build the wall.
Oh yeah, Metal Gear. Send me your marketing things through Discord if you can, or Twitter. Just DM me. Either way, send me your image so I can put you in the panel. So that way you can also get credit for being in here with us. So.
Well, I'm gonna. That's a game that y'all were Donald Trumping on, right?
Yes, and it's fun.
That shit's hilarious. You guys need to do
See,
it
I
again.
finally got it, but it's on. Do y'all have it on Xbox?
No,
No, PC.
we have it on PC, but we want it on Xbox so that way we don't have to worry about our fucking systems. Like, me and Shane have really good systems, and even then, it's like rough, dude. It's so rough for PC.
Go on to Terminal and request the code. That's where I got my code today.
Oh, Terminal?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, here, let me do that.
I think I already did that a while back. Because I got my PC copy code off of Terminal.
What I want to know is when you niggas gonna play Overwatch with me
What, on Xbox or PC?
on PC. Y'all be dodging me.
Well, see, there's something about playing with people of, well, let's say, your color.
Oh, you
asshole! Yo, what up, Metal Gear?
You'll
Oh,
have to-
there he goes. I think.
there you go. You're unmuted. Go ahead and unmute yourself. I just unmuted you too. So. Hello.
Oh, I guess his mic's not working. He's probably setting it back up.
There you go.
There you go.
Just go ahead and talk. Howdy.
Here.
Nothing? Snake! Snake!
You can do a snake.
Hey, it's a me and Mario, Snake. We can go play plumber together, eh?
Oh god.
It's a me.
Hey, Snakey, what'd you say about using my plumber tools, eh? Give them back, you prick.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
hey. What's up there, eh?
To have this push on talk. I'm on my phone.
It's all good, bro.
Yeah, I just finished work.
Busy day?
Huh?
Busy day?
No, not really. Not really, not yet. Hurricane season is approaching. That's gotta be great.
Hurricane season. Where the hell are you?
Hey, Caesar, any chance?
I'm on Florida.
Oh yeah. Caesar, is there any way you could send me your picture that you use?
How do I do that?
You can go to his name on Discord and choose like to send a message to him or whatever. Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay, if you go to Discord, and
I can do that at home.
Okay.
What's your Caesar? What's your Twitter? I'll just download your Twitter image.
My Twitter, KillerB2641.
All right.
And it's
No, I'm
BEE.
sorry, yeah, 2641.
Killer B2641.
Yep. The one, I don't know where that one came from.
Right. So what's up, man? What you want to add to the conversation?
No, I was hoping to get in quickly, talking about Rambo's fear of spiders and shit. Fuck spiders.
It's a very.
And
it's a very.
Cockroaches. I'm just saying.
It is a very. I have a very rational fear of spiders. It's rational.
He says rational. I say irrational. But who cares? Who's keeping track?
It's not
Your fear might have been rational, but jumping out of a car is not rational, sir. A moving car that you are driving, that is not rational.
That is not
Just saying, all right? Just saying.
Okay, see, look.
No, I'm like the same way with roaches. You should see
roaches
me
are
too,
just
right?
fucking nasty.
Especially the ones that fly. No, fuck those.
No, my aunt went to. My aunt went to Mexico for like a church retreat or whatever, and she said that there was cockroaches down there that would actually stand up in the shower with you. And I'm like, oh fuck that, dude! I'm not showering with no fucking cockroach. Like the dude, like, oh la, just getting like fuck that, man. If the cockroach can stand up and get water like coming down on you from the shower, then that ain't the place for me.
No,
then you're not living life right, man. If you're not showering with some roaches.
No, I went to Capitol Hill High School here, and like there was a cockroach. The cockroaches there were like they were like some sort of army. Like they were built tough because like I ran and like jumped, landed on a damn cockroach with my foot, and then I picked my foot up and that fucking cockroach just took off.
That shit doesn't die. Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure they're not built Ford tough?
They're definitely built something tough. Yes.
No. You know what? When I was 12, I was in the swimming pool. It was kind of dirty, but we're kind of used to it. Where I used to live, there were trees, around the pool, so freaking leaves and shit would fall in the water. I was swimming, and I got up, and I felt something. I felt something on the back of my neck. I'm like, the hell is that? The fucking roach on my neck. I was 12. That shit will hunt you for life. Okay? No, that shit will hunt you for life.
Did it try to fly with you on its back, or were you on its back?
It was one of those. What do you call those things? Water
beetles.
It was a roach.
Yeah. See, my fear of spiders like originated whenever I was probably 3 or 4. And I still like this is the one event that I actually remember because we were out at the 4th of July at my uncle's house popping fireworks. Everybody was running around. They have a pool there. I didn't know how to swim at the time, but we caught a tarantula, and we brought everybody brought it up to the deck and everything. We were all kind of just looking at it and admiring it. We just had it basically sitting top down on the deck and the snow was just on the deck, but he was trapped by the pickle jar. Well, we was all just sitting down there and looking.
Yeah, you cut out, Rambo.
He got cut out.
Yo, he dropped out completely this time.
Damn.
No, but another thing with roaches, dude. There was one where I used to live, my house. There was one. It was like on top of this fridge, on my fridge. I'm like, me and my brother were like looking at how the hell do we get out? How the hell do we kill it? The fucking thing just flew at me. I'm like, no. No, you should have seen me. You should have seen me too. It's funny. So freaking like, get the fuck out of here. I hate roaches.
Probably swatted like a little bitch. Be like, get away from me. Don't worry, I'd be scared of that shit too. I hate fucking flying roaches.
No, that fucking thing flew at me. I'm like, no.
What happened?
Get away!
You dropped like completely.
You dropped like a sack of potatoes, Rando.
Okay, what did I get to with y'all?
Remember something about it being in a jar or something?
Okay, so the spider was in the jar. It jumped. It turned over. I jumped backwards, landed in the pool, and drowned. And my aunt, gave me CPR, pumped the water out of my lungs and everything else. And since that spider almost killed me, like literally almost killed me, I think that I can actually say that spiders will kill you. Like that's their goal, is to kill people. And so it's a very rational fear that I have now, that every spider is out to get me. Like they have like, whenever there's no reason for a spider to be in your car. No reason at all. Like there's just no reason at all. Like there's nothing in there therefore to kill me. Like that's got into my car so that way they kill me.
Spiders had a meeting.
At that age,
they decided.
Rambo must die.
Yep. Rambo. All the people in the world. Rambo, that's one of them. If you see that asshole, you be sure. Wherever it is, his car, his house, get him.
And my wife knows that if I see a spider, like I'm out. Like now that I'm in the passenger seat, I'll just jump. I don't care. I'm out. I'll take a few road rashes and stuff like that. And if I get hit by the car behind me, then okay. But at least I won't die by the spider.
Well, you're already disabled. So
but you do actually have to look at the fact that daddy longlegs are the most dangerous spiders of all.
Actually, the Black Widow is.
No. The daddy longlegs. It has enough venom in it to kill 10 humans with one bite.
Mythbusters did a video on this, dude. That's
I don't
not
believe
true.
it.
Well, this guy. There are actual poisonous spiders that can actually bite and kill you. Like, daddy longlegs are not something to be worried about.
Yeah, daddy longlegs, if anything, they'll run away from you. And they'll come close to you.
My fear is that through all this different shit going on, and we come across a retarded daddy longlegs that has a big mouth. They can kill me. It's a legitimate fear, guys. Like don't try to laugh at my.
Well,
no.
Being afraid of spiders is a legitimate fear, but what you're describing about the long legs, it's like I'd be more afraid of a fucking Black Widow.
I squish one of those widows. So.
I would be more afraid of a fucking Black Widow than a daddy long legs or a tarantula, because tarantulas are actually pretty cool.
No, Black Widows, you know.
Black Widows will fuck you up, dude.
Oh no, we went fishing. Yeah, we went fishing, and on the late night fishing on the way back to the truck, there was a tarantula on the ground, right by my truck, and I just stayed there. Like I was like, okay, we're done. Like we're walking back or something, because I am not going there. Like that ain't happening, man. Because the motherfuckers can jump 10 feet and 10 feet is the driver's side, is the passenger side, doesn't matter. Like, I'm good.
Hey, Rambo, me want you to check streaming and chill.
Oh, who knows? Maybe if one bite you might get spider powers.
Through a radiation gamut, dude. That's the way it works.
Rambo will never become Spider-Man. You just fucked that up, dude, man.
If Rambo even picks up the game Spider-Man, he has a fucking traumatic incident in his brain.
Yeah, so in other words, wait a second, Rambo, does that make you scared of Spider-Man?
He's afraid of Peter Parker. Don't tell me you dropped down completely again.
Yeah, Meme sent a video and tagged you in it, dude. It's a dude trying to kill a fucking spider with a shotgun.
I gotta see this.
Rambo should star in the sequel of Eight-Legged Freaks. he'll be the star of that movie.
You know what's funny is like I handle spiders like almost all the time. I've handled a Black Widow. I've handled a Vinegaroon. I've handled a scorpion. Like arachnids just don't, dude. They don't scare me, dude. That's the thing. Like I've never. I mean, it's just part of my childhood. Like I've told Shaner about some crazy shit when I was a kid. Living in fucking Golden Valley, Arizona, dude. Like, when you're a little kid, dude, like, your parents don't teach you about shit. They expect you to learn that shit yourself. So, like...
Well, our parents, anyway.
Yeah, well, my parents, yeah. I mean, it's just the kind of childhood I had. I didn't know any better. I didn't know a rattlesnake could fucking kill me. And here I am as a little kid, bringing a rattlesnake into my mom's house, scaring the shit out of her with it. She hears us rattling, and I got this thing gripped by the neck. You know, she's fucking freaking out.
Want to touch it, Mom?
Because most of them don't do anything. You know, I'm still not touching one. Fine.
I think I just chalk it up to luck. I got extremely lucky as a kid. That's all. Because I read about and watch
handle a Black Widow. You freaking held a Black Widow like without thinking. You know? That's pretty crazy.
Well,
look at this red thing on its butt.
That's cool.
Nope.
Arizona is bug central. It is, Rajik. It is.
Dude.
Same here.
There are cockroaches wandering the streets in Arizona. You don't even know.
With fucking baseball bats.
And Glocks. Yeah.
Where was it that they just found, this guy just found like a rat the size of a like medium dog?
Well, was that, how long ago was that?
Oh, I just saw it on Facebook like maybe a week ago. But this dude is holding up a rat. And legit, it's like 3 feet from the, not the tip of its tail, but just like its butt to its snout.
It's not a capybara?
No, it was just like a regular ass rat. I think it was in like New York or something.
What the fuck? Did that guy eat?
That's what it was. It had a caption that said, "Dude, bruh, put Splinter back in the sewers." But yeah, dude, this thing had to have been like 30 pounds. I swear to God.
The one I know of was in New York or France, because I know that I heard this one before. It was like I think a couple of years ago. First time I heard it. I'm not sure. I heard it before.
Yeah, I think from what I remember, it was like it was a picture of like a newspaper or maybe a screen capture off a website or something. And I think the date was fairly recent. I can't remember what the date was, but I think it was in the last like maybe year at the most. And I swear to God, it was like, you know, New York man finds rat, you know, X pounds or whatever. And somebody had just memed it and put the caption below it. But yeah, it was.
There sure wasn't a. They sure wasn't a skeever from Elder Scrolls.
Right?
Like, is there a teleport to Elder Scroll that I should know about? Yeah, I like to go to Cyrodiil.
Check out Morrowind. See if the portals are still up in the.
Can I suggest to stay away from the mud crabs? I mean, those things are fucking huge.
Mud crabs.
You can't rest here. Where the fuck are you, bitch?
And if you can, bring me back some skooma. Like, I definitely want some skooma.
Khajiit has wares.
What is Fumar? Is that
you don't know. You don't. Yeah, kind of. It's like a drug in Skyrim. That's why, like.
No, I know it's drug. I'm saying, like, is it like supposed to be heroin or?
It's like
you make it out of moon sugar, but it's a drink. So I don't know, like maybe liquid meth or something.
I'm trying to like.
I know all of my sellers at Skyrim, man. They're all Khajiits, so you know, not trying to be racist or anything.
You don't want to say.
The worst part, you couldn't sell it to regular merchants, man. It was always stolen.
You had to go to black market or black market traders.
Unless you increase your merchants.
Yeah.
Then
how racist of the people there. Relegate it to Khajiit only.
All right, guys. So we're coming up at the 3-hour mark, 3.5-hour mark. Hey, let's go ahead and go off. Shannon, what have you been playing, man?
A lot of Battlefield 1. The campaign is amazing. Or no, sorry, not Battlefield 1. Battlefield Hardline. The campaign to me is amazing because it's not military based. You know, it's cops and robbers kind of thing, and you get the whole 9 yards. It's like an episode of CSI playing it. You got crooked cops, good cops, drugs. It's great. So I've been playing a lot of that. Just recently today, I've been messing around with WWE 2K16 because last time Metro and Jamie were over, played that. I don't know, just kind of been hanging out playing stuff. So trying to catch up to Rambo and achievements.
You called them Rambo points, right?
Yes, the achievements are now Rambo's, and they're worth Rambo points. So not gamer points. He cheats. He cheats. He lets a Telltale game go, and he just collects the achievements for you. Fucking cheater.
That's not. You could have done that too.
Hey, I like playing my Telltale games. They're actually interesting.
And just remember, I just bought another Telltale game because it was only on sale for $10. So I thought, oh, why not? That's another 1,000 G's that I can have.
All you do is turn the game on and let it go.
This one, the Batman one, I can't because like it has some areas that stop, like it forces you to actually play. But the ones that like say like Tales from the Borderlands that doesn't really have a thing that forces you to play, then yeah, I mean sometimes I'll also you just sit back there and play it. But if I get called away, I'll just leave the game playing.
That's really not fun.
Well, I've already played it once. Like, I've played like all these Telltale games like several fucking times. So right now, like sitting back and wanting to watch the game now is really. I mean, it's not much fun to actually play the game.
What about the Wolf Among Us?
Where's the 1,000 gamer score?
Does the Wolf Among Us do that too?
The Wolf Among Us has a couple of parts in it that you have to play, but for the most part, yeah, you can. All the choices will give like a little timer, and you can just let the timer run out, and it'll make choices for you, and no big deal. But there's a couple of chapters in there like where you have to go and locate something. But other than that, yeah, you can just let that game play for a while.
All right.
What about the Jurassic Park one? Do you have that one?
I don't have that one because that one's not on the current gen consoles right now.
I think it's backwards compatible.
Well, I mean, if it's backwards compatible and it has 1,000 gamer scores, then I'll be picking it up because I'm actually thinking about picking up those Neo Geo gamer
score.
Those Neo Geo games because like you can 100% those games in like 35 minutes.
What a homo.
Y'all got any of them gamer scores?
No.
I only need another 1,000.
I have most of those, like Double Dragon, Metal Slug.
I'm an achievement hunter and a trophy hunter, so I mean. Now, like what Metro was saying last night on the stream, if it's a game like, say, Hellblade or even Uncharted or even Halo or anything like that, I'll play through the game first, and then just run like regular, and then I'll go back and do the cleanup later where I'm just mindless going through there, just looking to complete the achievements. I don't go into a very unless it's one of these cheap indie
So the
games.
Walking Dead does that too, then, huh?
Huh?
So the Walking Dead does that shit too, where you just let it play.
The
Walking Dead does it a lot, but there are a lot of spots in that game where you have to walk around and talk to people. And
yeah, I mean, if you come back to basically what it is, you can turn it on, let it play, and if it comes to a part that you have to play, it'll just be there whenever you come back, or your Xbox will turn off. But I don't most generally I'll sit there in front of it and let it play through. But if it's say if the kids start needing something or whatever like that, then I'll just let it play, and while I'm gone with them or gone messing with them or whatever, and then I come back and pick up wherever it's at that point. The choices don't really make it shit because they don't make a difference in the game. So I'm not really concerned about making sure I press the right choice. But I mean, I've 100%ed especially the Walking Dead series on PS3, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So I mean, I've played those games enough to where if I play it again, I'm not giving a shit about that damn story. The story's not that damn great for me to do it 6 times.
I mean, some of the choices actually do make a difference. They just depend on which game you're playing.
They don't make it. None of the Telltale games make a difference. It's always a predetermined ending.
Well, it's predetermined based on some of your choices.
No, it's not.
If you don't save someone, then they might.
No, it's not. Go through any Telltale game and make completely different choices. Press all X choices through or whatever. Yeah, if you're playing on Xbox, press all X for every choice, and then go through there and play it again and press A for every choice. The next time, I guarantee you, the ending is going to be the exact same every single time.
That's not the Telltale games. Yeah, I was gonna say Heavy Rain's not like that, but that's a different.
No, Heavy Rain's different. Heavy Rain, you can just play through and get the platinum. You actually have to have certain choices and shit like that.
Yeah, Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, but the Telltale games, there's no choice is going to affect the outcome.
Huh. Well, actually, I think Indigo Prophecy has a predetermined ending. I remember, looks like it. Indigo Prophecy, you ever play that?
I've never played it.
Yeah, I've played it. It's pretty good. It's it's like their first triad. What Heavy Rain is. It's actually
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's actually pretty good. It's not on that same level of playing on a rail like you are in those games. This one, you actually have to think on your toes. Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna escape out of a vent? Are you gonna hide in a stall? I mean, and you actually have control of your character. So it's
the game that did it the best, that made a walking simulator the best is the Until Dawn, because that game you have several different endings that you can get based on your choices. Your choices actually affect who lives and dies, whereas Telltale, your choices basically are there for you just to give you busy work instead of making it if you choose to run, or say there's one part I think in The Walking Dead where you can either save the girl or save the guy, but no matter who you save, that person's still going to die later on anyway. It's it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters at that point is do you play the rest of the next chapter with the girl or with the guy. Other than that, I mean, you're not playing at the end of the game with either one. So that's the downside of Telltale games. So they're really great narratives, but I just wish the choices actually affected the outcome.
Yeah. All right.
Because Until Dawn was definitely good at that.
So it's safe to say you've been playing the Telltale series then, right, Rambo?
I played the Telltale series. I mean, I'm playing Telltale Batman now on Xbox, but I've been playing Tacoma. I just finished that one, and the review's coming up already scheduled to go out tomorrow at 10 o'clock on my channel, and then which I 100%ed that game, and then I guess I bought the Batman game on sale for the Deals with Gold for like $10. So I decided, why not play that? That gives me another 1,000 gamer score. I'm trying to get at the end of the month, because I started on the 5th, basically the 14th with my gamer score this month, and my goal is at the end of the month to have at least about 10,000 gamer score for the month.
Okay. It's not bad.
Like I said, you should check out Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I might have to if it's actually backwards compatible, depending on how much the price is, because it seems like they increase the price once they go backwards compatible.
Oh yeah.
All right. Metro, what have you been playing, man?
A lot of Overwatch for the event right now, but also been drawing a lot lately. Pretty much nothing but Overwatch mostly though.
You guys need commissions done? Come to this guy. His name is Metroxix. You can find him on my Discords. He's got a few Discords of himself. If you really need to get a hold of him and you don't see the links here, go to my Brimstones Gaming, and he is featured in the top of every description of the video. So find him and he'll do some work for you. So let's see, Pete, what have you been playing, man?
Overwatch,
Gay.
Titanfall 2,
Gay.
Gay.
Dota 2.
Definitely gay.
That's pretty much it.
So you've been taking a dick a lot. All right, gotcha. He knows I'm fucking around. I got some time in Dota, so I know that game's actually pretty good. Metal Gear, what have you been playing, man?
Currently finishing through Hellblade. I'm almost done, clearly, but I had to go to work, so I should be done. I should be done tonight, basically. Aside from that, some indies on Steam, and what the hell else? Just chilling with Elite Dangerous.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen that game's been coming back in popularity again. Like, soon as their last big update came through, it just kind of everybody's and their brother that I know plays that game damn near. It's like, Jesus Christ.
According to No Name, there's gonna be another big update either the next month or so, where the pilots can walk around the ship or something like that, or maybe next year or something.
That'll be neat. That'll be neat.
So that'd be pretty cool.
I like to see what the interiors look like.
That'd be nice, because it would be more Warframe-esque as well, just a little bit better.
Yeah, that would be cool. Alright, so that's cool, that's cool. Me personally, I haven't been able to play very much this week. I've been at work a lot. The time that I do get the game and spend some time with these guys, I have been playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare quite a bit on my stream. If you guys haven't seen that yet, go to Brimstones Gaming over at Mixer. That's where I stream usually when I get the chance. I've been playing a lot of Infinite Warfare lately. I've been fucking cracking out on it again. Playing some Modern Warfare as well. And I don't know, it's just one of those games that you can just pick it up and not really pay attention to the game and focus on the conversation and still do good. You know what I mean? That's just how Call of Duty has gotten to me nowadays. It's just I'm not even paying attention to the game. I'm more or less talking to the guys and listening to music and chilling out. So
just run and gun and have a beer with the fellas.
Pretty much, man. I haven't really had time to game like I want to because of my job. So by the time I'm done with the podcast or something, I get, I can only stay up till maybe midnight before I have to go to bed. So that kind of sucks. It kind of puts a damper in things. But yeah, it's been all right. It's been all right. But as always, guys, thank you guys for fucking coming by, watching us, paying attention to our dumb asses. Especially, since Pete, and Pete's kind of a special guy, you know what I mean? Just California and all. Just saying, California.
I tied my shoes today.
Good boy, you get Gold Star.
You've got one free anti-earthquake token for the year, Pete. That's it.
Which will last maybe a day or two.
Oh yeah, there was an earthquake earlier, right? There was an earthquake earlier this week, right? In the west.
Yeah, there was. I don't remember what parts got hit, but yeah, there was.
So I got some advice for the ladies to close this out. Yeah. Don't touch your cooter after handling jalapeno poppers. Life lesson.
What the fuck?
That's interesting.
Okay.